Wow, so that's some crazy tinnitus, don't we? We got some crazy tinnitus. Hello, everyone. How's everybody doing? Remember when I said the wave would be fixed by now? Sorry, it's not fixed yet. Anyway, hello. Welcome to the new episode of Server Blight. I've been wanting to dig into this for days. Oh. Whoa, Ryu. Who are you? So, I have been unfortunately spoiled upon the gimmick of this episode, which is a dude who is free to play. So I have been itching to watch this. I have been just ooh. I love the framing these guys do. I always love their framing. Oh. So what this establishes, so we've got a couple of things established here. Is this is before the free to play restriction was removed. Because now they can talk again. So this is before that. And this is on a cash. Thank you, Shelda. Thank you, Shelda, for a sub. Thank you so much. So this is at least, this is either in this has to be in 2024 because we've seen no, this has to be in 2025. Sorry. Or is it 2024 when it's restricted, when it was lifted? Let's see. Let me not talk out. I'm behind. Okay. So, I looked into it, and yes, this has to be from earlier this year. This event has to have happened earlier this year. Well, technically, it could have happened last year. Whatever. It has to happen between last year and this year, depending. Maybe someone will find out, like, oh, well, this person has cosmetics that look like this, la la la, whatever. But what this also tells us is that they are on a casual server. They are on a casual Valve server. You know? That is what that means. That is indeed what that means. Which means there is no all talk. So they cannot communicate with the enemy team via voice. This is something that people can only leave. They cannot join back into unless it's like matchmaking finds them, or it is it's like it's complicated. So people joining is a lot more complicated than normal. Yeah, watching the new Server Blight. So you can only voice talk to your own team. You can not swap teams freely. Matchmaking is hard to use. And free-to-plays cannot talk in chat. Actually, I don't think they can talk at all. I don't think they can talk in chat. Like, period. So, let's continue on.
Melanie!
Ooh. Wow. SOS. It's good to learn Morse code. I like how it stopped immediately after the. If they're fighting, why not just come in the spawn? Because it's like, true. Oh, that's rough, buddy. First time. That's rough. Oh shit. His first server. That's why you don't go to two-port servers.
Alert. The enemy has taken
I can't believe Soundsmith killed this young man.
The enemy has dropped our intelligence.
Hey! Where are you guys?
Oh shit. Okay. Hey, hey, what I said before is relevant. Hold on. This is a blue guy. Remember what I said? Remember what I said?
I could use a hand over here.
Mm-hmm. Sure, bud.
Whatever.
Thought the engineer kissed men from the scene? Jesus, dude. It's a different video. Different kind of video. Yeah, you ain't gonna get TikTok Joji here. That is so. I'm about to fire some strays. I'm about to
Whatever.
fire a couple strays. So let's bring up a point here. This is fucked. This is horrifying. I'm about to fire a stray here. So the Amazing Digital Circus is either inspired or based off of. It is said to be inspired or based off of I Have No Mouth and I Must Scream. This fate right here, where this guy cannot talk, even though he's able to speak, he cannot be heard. He will never be heard. That feels. Oh, and he's gonna be tormented. He's absolutely gonna be tormented. I don't see these boys again now. They only got 5 minutes of video left. So this feels way more I Have No Mouth and I Must Scream. This scenario specifically feels that way. Way more. That's why we're gonna fire a few strays. That I think that this situation and the fate that's gonna probably come of this guy, because let's be real, neither of these guys are good now. It's probably got the spawn door like webbed up or some shit, or it's just gonna go. All right, I'm tired of waiting, and just go in, because there is nothing stopping it from going in. He can literally not speak. Hold on. Hold on. Let's check the name here. Chicken on a raft. Let's see here. Chicken on a raft. Chicken on a raft. Lynn, Pear, Epius Dragon, Weird Cipher, Kaka Popo, Ava Arrow, Mixed Talks Boss, Gackle Joker, Blade Max. That is not Chicken on a Raft. That's not Chicken on a Raft. It has. It has. That was established. It's able to split little bits of itself. It's not all coming in as a pack. Yeah, rip the medic and rip this engineer. Oh, that's evil. That's evil. So I already have thoughts. I already have thoughts about the episode. Oh. That's fucking diabolical. Oh my god. Oh. That's pretty brutal. Oh. Oh. Holy shit. Oh. This is exactly what I wanted. This is exactly what I wanted from an episode. So, let's go over something. Let's go over the way that this episode is framed, because I think it's framed beautifully. I may be talking a little bit out of my ass here, but we're gonna be talking just how it makes me feel. So, we see a lot of the time we see them through the visual of this empty room, this room that they cannot get into. This room that they cannot get into has closed doors. They're locked out from it. However, this room has chain link, or like this like pattern. So it's like they're in a cage. This is like a cage for them. This whole room is showing that the room that they're in is a cage. It also, I don't know if this one's intended, but it shows a degree of separation between them. With the line going on, like up and down, it shows a degree of separation. He can speak, and the medic cannot. And however, keeps looking at the door to spawn, like their spawn door, which the monster is out there. You can take this door as our pair of eyes looking at them. And very, very often they are framed by this door. And they're much more often framed separated by the middle of the door. Now, it's oh, I love this. I love this part. So, the shadows is great. The way they do everything is great. I love the way they make their stuff look. Um, go back to the door. Very rarely are they, very, very rarely are they depicted as truly close to each other. And it is very interesting that the medic is very rarely immersed. Like, he very rarely seems immersed. Because you have the engineer who is moving often very realistically. Like, still idle animations. And there's times where the medic speaks. But the medic doesn't move like the engineer does. Not nearly the same degree. He moves very rigid, very game-like, very character-like. This episode has a lot of focus on doorways. Also, fun fact, every party involved, we're gonna count the blight as a singular entity here. The blight, medic, and then the engineer all knock on something. And so where we go from having our POV from that door, we now go for the POV of the spawn door. Also, very clever. They don't zoom out into the spawn. They leave it creepy and ambiguous, but we know what happened. Creepy and ambiguous, going out the doorway, the exit of Red's base. Through another doorway. To the outside. It's all very quiet, very somber. Oh. Very good. Fantastic. Fantastic episode. And now, for something completely different. This was a request for a few times.
Talk to me and nobody throws anything at me. There's nothing for me to really fall off of. What am I supposed to even do here? What does anyone do for fun here besides languish and leave?
Yes, we did watch the episode Monsters in TF2.
So I might have been wrong about there being nothing to fall off of. I'll upgrade this place to a 3 out of 5. Today maybe I'll just lay here and meditate on the way my life has gone. I'm always letting things happen to me instead of taking a more proactive role. Hey YouTube. Unfortunately, I'm Ojama Line. I'm here today to talk to you about something which both I and the Mississippi court system thinks is very important for you to know. Now, you may have heard of the phenomenon called dark Yugi-tubing, and you've said to yourself, wow, that sounds like Dark Grepher. That must be really cool. And I'm here today to say to you, no, it's not cool. It's not fun, and it hurts your friends, and it hurts your family. I personally got involved in dark Yugi-tubing for 16 years, and look at me now, stuck in Ojama country, farming sand. You can't eat
Farming
sand. You can't do anything with sand. It's sand, and yet the law
you can make glass.
that every village
you
has
make
to
glass
have
with
one
sand.
farmer. What kind of sense does that make? Can someone explain to me why that's a law here? Anyway, don't do dark Yugi-tubing, or you'll end up farming sand. Mojama Line. Good night. What can be said about the wonderful Malefic world? The sights, the sounds. Every so often I even smell something. I've lived here for a month, and I've eaten nothing but Doom Donuts the whole time that I've been here. You'll go to the shops and you'll see a beautiful cake
even
in
have
the
heat.
window. And you'll go in, well, I went in. And
You're
you'll ask
estimating
them,
the
"Hey,
intelligence
how
of
much is that
pajamas?
cake?" And they'll look at you, the Malefic shopkeepers with their borrowed
What do you
faces and
mean?
horrible eyes. And they'll say it's not for sale. And that's fine. You know, you think maybe it's a special order. But you see that cake in the window the next day and the next. And then a month goes by and you see that cake still sitting in the window. And you ask them, who is that cake for? Why is it there if it's not for sale? And, well, long story short, I have a year-long prison sentence ahead of me, and it's gonna be really rough. I don't know if you've ever seen Malefic Prison. It's not like the opposite of prison where everything's nice. It's like the opposite of prison where, like, everything comfortable is bad, and then everything that's bad is, like, even worse. What I'm saying is, I wish we had an Ojama embassy. I'd really appreciate it. But Ojamas can't even write. They can't read.
Oh.
They're basically animals. Why do you think they're beast types? It's not a mystery.
They're basically animals.
Hey everybody. Recent prison escapee and dangerous fugitive Ojama Line back at it again. I may not look it, but I'm a loose cannon. I mean, they fired me out of a cannon to get me here. Today I'm here on behalf of the Geartown Tourism Board. Thanks for giving me political asylum, guys. I'm going to show you the wonderful vistas of
Like this
Geartown.
goofy looking lime.
Here's ancient Gear Golem. That's it. He's all that's here. Nobody else
He's all
lives
that's
here.
here.
Why do you think it keeps getting blown up? Nobody likes it here. Oh look, here comes the catapult. Hey everyone, I'm Ojama Lime, and I
Is it like a certain frog
my
puppet?
new magnetubing channel, Magna capital T. If you look over here, I made this out of the remains of Geartown. It's called the Oja Magnet. I named it myself. Anyway, let's turn it on.
Oh, B-sides can't write a read confirm?
Wow,
I don't
it's
know.
loud.
I don't know about that.
Okay, it's supposed to do something now. Is it broken? Hello?
Can't believe he's fucking dead.
Oh hey, I'm in Detroit.
Oh no! A fate worse than death!
Ojama Line prank
Detroit!
call. Let's go! Ojama Country Donkey Rentals, this is the head ass speaking. Hello, this is Ojama Line. Oh, me too. Wow, I'm sorry to hear that. Can I...
Oh, sorry to hear that.
Sure, I guess. Is your refrigerator running? What? Or you better turn it on. Sir, oh man, I really got him.
What?
I'm so lonely. Oh, well hello, kind stranger. Oh man, those were good times. I was never the same after that day. Hey there, everyone. While my vehicle is being searched, I thought that I'd really quickly do one of those anime reviews that seems to be really popular right now. So we'll be doing a quick review and a little recap of the first season of Yu-Gi-Oh! Vrains. The most important thing we learned at the end of season 1
The
is
fuck
that
kind of
Vrains
title is that?
actually stands for Virtual Reality Ains. I think that's important because it ties into the theme of, you know, the computers. And how, you remember, like, the bad guy, his name
what kind of title is that?
He said that he needs to control all the computers because computers are dangerous. And then the guy, he summoned Decode Dragon, and they fought, and it was really cool. And yeah.
Oh,
So
Link
overall,
summoning.
I
Oh,
give
so
the
it killed
series a
it.
5. Stay tuned
Ruinous.
for my reaction
The
to every single
ruinous
episode of Excel
series.
Saga. Why, hello there, officer. I was just doing an anime review.
Sir, this is not a convertible. It's a sextuple abomination.
I don't know those words.
I feel that. I feel it. I don't know those words.
My son, rise so I may greet you.
Oh man, eating that cactus was a bad idea.
You are not dead. I have called you here to warn you of a terrible danger.
What?
I will grant this gift to...
What?
Can you hear me?
You're too high up. It's all echo down here.
Listen to me carefully. I am your lord, your god.
Oh my god!
Who?
It's the big G!
I'm the guy on the solemn cards.
Oh, Solemn Johnson.
Sure, let's go with that. In
Sure.
recognition of your many trials and tribulations, I have chosen you to be my avatar of the realm of the living.
Are you sure about that? I don't even have fingers.
Hang on. Your name is... Air Knight Parshath, right?
I don't know. I forgot.
Send him down.
Ow. Wow, what a lovely place.
What's that, soldier?
What a lovely face.
What a lovely place. What a lovely face. Oh, they're in California. I see. Unfortunate for them. They have yet to escape California.
Hello? Is anyone in there? I smell really bad. I just want to warn you ahead of time. Wow, it's just like home in here, except less flammable.
A visitor? Oh, it has been so long. Come closer. Let me have a good look at you. Oh, you're a little rough around the edges, aren't you?
That's
In days
mean.
of old, thousands
Oh,
congregated at my
That's
temple,
mean.
offering me tribute for my slightest blessing. Have you brought me anything this day? Have you been chewing on this?
Yeah.
I'll take what I can get.
I'll take
grant
what I
you
can get.
one wish. Anything you ask, and it will be yours.
Wow. Anything, huh?
Get dudes in a house. Don't lose your goose. Eat that dirt. I declare this nonsense.
Well, I have a few outstanding warrants in.
Older. He doesn't deserve that wish. I've been waiting in line here for centuries.
There, isn't a line, sir.
No, guys. Line. People make that mistake all the time. You wouldn't believe it.
Now.
Oh, I see.
Let me have
I
a
see.
fucking, 6-piece wings, steak and chicken sandwich with a small
No
Coke
way.
and a large Coke on the side.
Your wish is granted, but beware. A dreadful lesson comes with your desire.
What?
That sandwich in your hand, it is poisoned with a bomb.
Oh, I'm still gonna eat it.
It's poisoned with the bomb.
I wanted that sandwich. Yeah, can I get ingredients on my burger? Beetroot.
Beetroot?
You want beetroot?
Yeah.
You want fucking beetroot?
Yes. I do. Put it on.
I'll be honest, I don't actually remember this one happening. This might have been a dream I had. Hey everybody! Recently incarcerated Ojama Line here. As you can see,
How do you
I
get
fought the law,
concentrated again?
and the law broke both my legs. Since no lawyer will return my call, I need your help. I can't afford the preceding litigation or spell it, so I'm relying on donations so I can get enough
That's
votes to
good.
use the prison
I like that.
machine for 10 minutes. So for a limited time, I'm doing a special commission offer. For just $10, you'll never have to hear my voice again.
Too bad.
People have to spend time and money with restraining orders for a deal like
No,
that.
I want to hear. I want to
And
keep
for
hearing.
$20, I'll come to your house, and you can kick me in the ribs.
How are you gonna come to their house if you're in prison?
Don't worry about it. Anyway, I gotta go. It's penis inspection day, and I should probably find one of those. Does anyone know what a penis is? Whoosh,
What?
Whoosh, whoosh. Yeah. Let me just take your cards for a minute. Yeah, Steven. Let me just take your cards for a minute. Yeah. Let me just take your cards for a minute. Oh, that was embarrassing. Oh, what's this? Whoosh. Steven. Yeah. Let me just take your cards for a minute. Steven. Yeah.
I don't know what's going on.
Whoosh. Whoosh. Oh, that was embarrassing.
I don't know what's
Oh,
going on.
this? Whoosh. Here comes Steven. Here it comes. Yeah. Whoosh. Whoosh. Oh, that was embarrassing. Oh, what's this? Whoosh. Here comes Steven.
Here it comes. Ow. Here it comes. Ow. Whoosh. Whoosh. Oh, that was embarrassing. Oh, what's this? Whoosh. Here comes Steven. Yeah. I kind of just want to know, where did you net deck this from? Now, I know Ojamaline, he doesn't have any space to be critical, and it's your right to think that, and it's your right to say that. But at the same time,
The guy who made these little shorts is actually the guy who popularized the It's Mormon Time?
The internet is
What?
full of ghosts, spooks, scares, and even goblins. But one of the oldest creeps can be traced back to a series of unexplained digital images, which we will be looking at today. These images, which are collectively known as the photos with a scary man in them,
Oh my god.
show normal scenes of children and grass coexisting in peace. But
It's
if you
just
look
flat out the
closely,
Slender Man
you'll
one.
see a scary man with a wide head lurking, and sometimes even skulking in these photos. What does he want? Why is he near these people? Who took these photos, and why did they let a man be in them? To answer these questions,
hey, the toilet's busted.
Yeah.
And I just thought I'd let you know.
How
Oh, what's
are
that?
you doing that?
did you read the sign on the door? Can you even read?
Nope. Also no.
I'm recording. Go away.
Oh, I don't mind. I don't have anywhere else to be anyway.
That's it. You're going back in the septic tank.
Ow. Ow.
Oh no!
Ow. Stop pulling that. Ow. Ow. That goes straight into my skull. Ow. Thanks for letting me hang out.
Into the septic tank he goes. Unfortunately, you're gonna have to wait and watch this for a moment. I'll be right back. Actually, I'll just let this play out. I'll let this play out. Man.
Hey, everybody. Unfortunately, even though it's Christmas, I'm still Ojamaline. I figure that since most of you are probably alone on Christmas too, I'd give you all a little gift of, listening to me talk. Maybe you got some presents. Maybe some good presents. I got some gifts this year too, like this thing. Oh. Anyway, since I've got you here, I think now would be a great time for us to just sit down and talk about this novel I've been working on.
So I said, I know, baby, but I'm in orbit right now. Yeah, it's tough being me sometimes. Here we are, Casa de Blackfang.
Oh my god.
Speechless, right? I get that a lot.
You live like this? What even is that thing?
Happy holidays!
It must have come in from outside. Hang on, I'll handle this.
Yeah, I wanted to come in and use your bathroom, and I figured since it's Christmas, Ow! Ow! Hey, stop! Ow!
Let me just put this thing in the trash.
I believe I told you not to interrupt me when I am gaming. Must I once again explain to you how gamers are oppressed?
Hello.
You're not that insufferable roommate of mine. What do you want? And stop eating that.
I'm looking for the true meaning of Christmas.
Oh, not another one. It's in the closet.
Wait, what?
Go on, leave me alone.
Oh, are you the true meaning of Christmas?
In 1886, during the Battle for Blostern, a nameless captain was left tied to a tree by enemy forces. It was their hope that he would die there and serve as an example to his comrades. As he lay there, shivering in the snow, he looked to the sky and saw the stars had turned red like stinging welts on the skin of God. Although he was far from his home or any of the friends he had made at the front, he felt he could see each of them hung up in the night sky like decorative ornaments. It was then that he knew peace and could be certain that he would never die, and he is there to this day, tied to the tree with the stars and their strange faces as his only memory.
So, there you go. That's the true meaning of Christmas.
That was the worst story I've ever heard.
Oh, you're still here.
If the whole season focused on Akane, why does the last episode center on Kogami? Who wrote this garbage? I hate it.
Oh, so you're not talking to me. Konnichiwa, Megaman. Tenai de ome shiagari. Omoshiroi tenebi no tomodachi. Watashi wa Seitetsu sho ni sunde imasu. Ofuro wa doko desu ka?
What the fuck is this gaijin even talking about?
Hey, could you speak Japanese? I can't understand you. Ojama Lime in space. I can't breathe. Okay, so let's walk through this step by step. Your Machine King is doing what? Okay, have you tried flipping it face down and back up again? Ma'am, please don't get mad at me. I don't even know what a computer is. What we're gonna have to do is put you on a repair payment plan. It'll just be 10 payments of... Oh, she hung up. Just another day on the job.
Morning, short shit. You get me those reports?
Don't call me that.
The reports, you fucking Kinder Egg.
I physically can't hold a pencil. Or papers.
That's great. I'm gonna find whoever let you into this office and trample them to death.
Welcome to tech support. What is the nature of your... Oh, archfiends. Alright, have you tried using chess archfiends? I think you've got the wrong game. Maybe... Alright, you're gonna have to talk to my supervisor. Hang on. Wait, I'm in an office?
The image of the beauteous maiden fades into sparkling light. You were so mesmerized by her long, curled blue locks and tasteful goggles that you did not realize she was, in fact, just a beautiful illusion. An illusion of something you will never obtain because you've never spent a single cent on snacks for the group, despite being in this game for 4 months running.
So, did I survive the poison or not?
Oh, no, that killed you.
I think I'm finally beginning to see the funny side.
This will be the 10th time you've checked for traps. In this room. Don't look at me. I don't have anywhere better to be. Anyway, roll for... where are the dice?
What, just because I'm a clown, you think I took them? I can't believe you! I thought we were living in a different time!
Settle down, I'm just trying to... What's that noise?
How's that for initiative?
How'd you get in here?
Get out of Ojama Country. You need to leave Ojama Country.
Not yet.
You're shitting sand everywhere.
No.
I can see sand coming out of your ass.
Not yet.
Get out of Ojama Country.
Not yet.
What? You've got 2 holes on your body, and sand's coming out of all of them. Why are you still here?
Hey, go away.
Get out of Ojama
Stop.
Country and put your sand somewhere else.
Not yet.
Get out.
No.
Leave.
No.
I'm gonna ask you again.
It's just sand.
If I have to stand up from this throne that I think I'm a part of, we're gonna have a bad day.
Not yet. Hey everyone. Yeah, the season of spooks is almost upon us and I needed some Halloween decorations. So I dug up some dead bodies. Yep, I got a few here. And we're just gonna take these on out of here. But do I dig up one more? Papers.
That's great. I'm gonna find whoever let you into this office and trample them to death.
Welcome to tech support. What is the nature of your... Oh, archfiends. Alright, have you tried using chess archfiends?
What?
I think you've got the wrong game. Maybe... Alright, you're gonna have to talk to my supervisor. Hang on. Wait, I'm in an office?
The image of the beauteous maiden fades into sparkling light. You were so mesmerized by her long, curled blue locks and tasteful goggles.
Oh, I'm glad I had to go back to this one. This is
in fact,
very embarrassingly D&D.
An illusion of something you will never obtain because you've never spent a single cent on snacks for the group, despite being in this game for 4 months running.
So, did I survive the poison or not?
Oh, no, that killed you.
I think I'm finally beginning to see the funny side.
This will be the 10th time you've checked for traps. In this room. Don't look at me. I don't have anywhere better to be. Anyway, roll for... where are the dice?
What, just because I'm a clown, you think I took them? I can't believe you! I thought we were living in a different time!
Settle down, I'm just trying to... What's that noise?
How's that for initiative?
How'd you get in here?
Not yet.
Get out of Ojama Country. You need to leave Ojama Country.
Not yet.
You're shitting.
Not yet.
Oh, you're shitting sand everywhere.
No.
No, not yet.
I can see sand coming out of your ass.
Not yet.
Get out of Ojama Country.
Not yet.
What? You've got 2 holes on your body, and sand's coming out of all of them. Why are you still here?
Hey, get away.
Get out of Ojama Country and put your sand somewhere else.
Not yet.
Get out.
No.
Leave.
No.
No.
I'm gonna ask you again.
It's just sand.
If I have to stand up from this throne that I think I'm a part of, we're gonna have a bad day.
Not yet.
Yes, the Mafia 3 video.
Hey everyone. Yeah, the season of spooks is almost upon us. And
Yes, the
tonight
season
we
of
did some
spooks is almost
Halloween
upon us.
decorations.
Yeah.
So I dug up some dead bodies. Yep, I got a few here.
The Creeper Man
And
90,
we're
the
just
guy
gonna
from the
bake
original You're
these
Shitting
on
Yourself,
outta
still
here.
streams to this day.
But do I dig up one more?
Help me!
I think I have enough. Yo, what are you, cocky? Yeah, I gotta get going now.
Tried to tell him there was a cliff.
And I never did get back my championship belt. That's what that one was about, right? I kind of wasn't paying attention.
Welcome to the Dark World and the Open Mic Night
Wow.
at the Dark Door. Your first host for tonight, Ojama Lime.
Okay, so 2 penguin warriors walk into a bar. One of them flips out and they both go home. Hey, y'all been here all week. Yeah, alright, you're still not laughing. How many keys does the Fire Fist janitor have on his belt? 10 keys. Alright, I got one more. Alright. You ever notice how card D is a flat car? Like a card is flat, which it's a card car, and then it has a D on the hood, which makes it a card D. That's the name, and then that you could also spell card with that if you move one of the spaces, and it lets you draw 2 cards, and it's level 2, which is the number of cards you draw, which is the number of times card is in its name, and you can do that, and then it has 100 defense points for all of the wheels that it has. A little polymerization, and I'll see you next time. Hey, we got any blast spheres in the audience tonight?
Oh, thank God.
I'm scary Ojama Line,
Ah.
and I put a curse on you.
Ah.
You have to send this
Oh God, he's
video
scary.
to 25 of your grandparents, or all the soup in your house will explode. Alright, hey, can someone take this
I
out?
don't even think in all of my Eldritch
I'm
Litigants that
sorry.
I have
Hey,
25
I
grandparents.
was
I
just sort of
literally
rolling
have
with this. I
one.
didn't mean to be in here. Can someone let me out? Hello? I hear. Can someone let me out?
You wanna let him out?
Hello? I hear you over there. I can hear you. Just put your foot on my shoulder and just pull. Listen, please, I can't see, and I think I'm running out of air. My mouth is very big.
Absolutely not.
Hello?
I know it's very big.
Hello? Halloween? Today I am going to be reading for you your future in these cards. I can't legally call them tarot cards due to a dispute with the estate of Aleister
Someone
Crowley.
more man checking see what's gonna
Here we go.
explode. It's all
So our
she eats.
first card is...
Yeah.
No, this is the really gross guy. He
The
represents...
really gross guy.
change. Like, change for the worse. Like when you leave something in your fridge, and then you forget about it, and then, like, a few months later the whole kitchen smells. You know, changed your kitchen, and the really gross guy is going to make a change in your life that's a lot like that. Mainly the bad smells, so watch out for that. Anyway, our second card is Small Charles. This is a card that's really important about, like, the stars. Whoa. And it means
Small
growth,
Charles.
plants. Sometimes it means that things will change, or they could stay exactly the same, or they might just be a little different. I'd only run 2 of these if you were playing competitively. And our last card is green. It's just green, you know, he's just there. Not a whole lot to say about this guy, but I am getting a clearer picture from these cards. You look at all 3 of these together. If I had to make a guess about your immediate future, you're going to be accosted by a small green man. Okay, come here.
Oh no! Ah! Alright, let's... You don't have to do anything? No! No, the health bar! Why is he dying? What? Why? What? Well, good GG's everyone. GG's.
I'm okay. Okay, we're recording? Okay, great. What's up, my lime slimes? I mean, what's up, my Yugi monsters?
Don't call me either of
Hi,
those.
guys. Today we're at Pizza House, and we're gonna review some crazy Yugi slimes. Monsters. We're reviewing monsters. I'm going inside. And here's Rude Kaiser. Say hi.
Stop. Stop that. Stop.
There's this classic line, stop that. Oh, I love it. Yeah, so this guy, I mean, overall, I'd rate him a 5 out of a possible score of 20.
Wait, what? Who are you?
Good question. Anyway, over here's just a dog. I don't even think
It's
this
just
is
a dog.
Ow. Just for that, you're getting a 9 out of 10.
Is there a problem over there?
Sir, this is a pizza house, and I am not a pizza. Ow.
Stop.
Today I'm going to be exploring this hole. I'm going to climb in and I'm going to, you might say,
He's gonna go caving, and then he's gonna be attacked by an evil crocodile. And then a boulder is gonna hit him and turn him into a shape. And then he's gonna be discovered.
It's kind of hard to get my head in here. You can probably still
And
see this.
he's gonna be discovered by paramedics who will pronounce him dead 3 seconds before arrival.
It was bad. You just had a really bad watermelon. That pit was not as bottomless as initially expected, so that's going to be taking some points off right there. Okay, first impressions. Very damp, very spacious. I mean, again, I fit in here once you get past
A
that
deep
initial-
cut?
it's like a jug.
A deep cut reference?
I mean, that earns you some points right there. I'm noticing a lack of creatures. I was hoping to see some ghosts, some ghouls, maybe like a goblin. But currently, it seems pretty deserted, which, I don't know, are people just not showing up? Like, has this cave not advertised effectively? You need to promote your holes, your pits, your caverns. But you can't just expect people
You
to find
promote
it.
your
I'm
holes,
sure I did.
your
But I'm a
pits,
professional.
your caverns.
Wait, what's that noise?
Grr.
Oh, okay, are you the manager? Alright, this is great. So I'm doing a video for YouTube.
Must feed.
Oh, well, could you make me the manager? That'd be cool.
Eat that, people.
Oh. Oh, this is the pits. Okay, everybody. Due to unpopular demand, I thought that I'd take you all through old Ojama country.
Dude,
the Ojama
unpopular
country that you are
demand.
more familiar
I like
with
that.
is
That's good.
not the first Ojama country because we had to abandon this one due to all of the harpies. Bird!
All the
Yeah, see, like
harpies.
that one. So I thought I'd take you through some of the monuments that we've managed to build here and just duck if you happen to see anything flying towards you. So over here we have the Ojama King War Memorial. The Ojama King stubbed his toe on this rock, and so we added a bunch of more rocks onto it so that if he ever got near that rock again, he'd see it because there'd be a whole bunch of other rocks. Well, then he stubbed his toe again on the other rocks, so we added some more, and now you have what you see before you today, which is a lot of stones. Okay, moving on. Bird! A lot of stone one today. You know, sometimes that happens. All right. Over here, we have the Ojama Yellow Knighthood Ceremony Memorial.
Wow.
Ojama Yellow kneeled on these as he was being knighted into the Ojama Knight. It was a big day for everybody. I was there. No one else was there. Moving on, we have the Ojama Green Sculptuary. It's pretty much the sum total of all the work he's ever done, all the sculpture, all the art.
It's
You did
just
a lot,
rocks.
but what he did was very impactful, very big in Ojama culture. I mean, look at it. You can just sort of tell. I don't even have to explain these to you.
You
It
can
leaps
sort of
out
tell.
at you. Bird! Okay. Oh, that's just a pile of rocks. Yeah, there's nothing special about that. I
Bro.
just sort of put those there. And that's the end of the tour. I hope you've enjoyed. I hope that you learned a little
You just
something.
sort of put
maybe
those
came away
there.
a little wiser. And Robot Dragon! Alright, everyone. Welcome to Spooked Spooky Chasers, the show where we go into haunted houses and investigate what is inside of the haunted houses. This has never been done before.
What a
Today
unique
we're looking
concept.
at the infamous Doom House.
Wow.
Where it is said that a man found an evil doll and died. So we're gonna go in, and I got my ghost remote here, and
Ghost remote is
I'm gonna
what?
flip this baby on.
What is that?
Okay.
What is the ghost remote?
Okay, over here we have the barbecue of suspicious meat. How can you know if what you're eating is hot dog or your dad? It's hot dog. All right. Okay, I see a few of you are not shaking in terror here, so we're gonna
Let's do a more trying remote. Oh, that's cute.
here that want to.
I'm gonna say it. He's sounding very Venture Brothers right now. He sounds like. Who's he sounding like? He sounds like 24.
Talk.
He sounds like 24 right now.
Okay, are there any spirits that don't want to talk? I mean, I'm used to that.
Wow, you're the most horrible thing in here somehow.
Hey, could you go away? I'm trying to.
I like this dog.
Oh,
This dog is very good.
wait, I'm Spirit.
I like this dog.
Okay, whatever. How did you die?
I was raised like a pig for slaughter, and when the
Oh, I
day
like
came,
I like
was
this
pulled
copy
apart
pasta.
on the altar and sacrificed to a screaming god. Like so many others before me, my bones were left beneath this mansion until our hate grew so thick that it rose through the floorboards. Those who had killed us in the name of their god met the same fate, and the mansion stank with their remains for weeks before they were found. Or I choked on a chicken nugget. I'm dead, so I don't remember if something is real or a scary movie I watched.
Oh, that's not. Okay, so what I heard about the Doom House.
I
is
like
the guy
that
found
copy
an evil
pasta.
doll.
Oh, we're fresh out of evil dolls. I'm a real doggy. Also, this isn't the Doom House.
Oh, so what house is this?
This is the archetype mass grave. There's a whole room just for pendulums down the hall.
Woo! I'm glad they're dead. Yeah.
Have whatever's in your fridge. I'm not picky. I walked all this way. I'm really.
Nope.
People
Nope. Get
live
nope.
in that
Leave.
fridge.
No.
You have to leave now.
Okay,
Bye
bye.
bye.
I'm leaving.
Why aren't you leaving?
Because I crapped myself. And I never saw a dark Geroid again. I don't see most people I meet again.
Oh, that's a bummer.
Dang dang it, if I had known that slushy was alive, I wouldn't have tried to drink it. Okay, this should be the place. I hope I'm not late.
What do you mean he dismantled a lightning storm? Yes, I heard you, but why would he do that for a set of Dustins? That's probably forbidden by some convention.
Well, if it isn't red layer. You know, I used to have a red layer on my armpit once. They said it's bad, but it made a lot of delicious fungus to snack on, so who's laughing now?
Oh, okay. All right. I did not need that.
Reasonable talker. Not like those code
Oh my
talkers.
god.
All they do is, quote unquote, eject me from the data room because I, quote unquote, like how cables taste.
What is this? Are you the new guy?
Oh, green layer. You're looking a little desaturated today. That's fine though, happens to me too. Especially at the beach. Because they push me into the dirt.
Okay, shut up. Who are you? Why are you here?
Wait, is this not the Super Quantum meet and greet?
Super what? This is the Master Duel garbage disposal. We pick up the player's card trash and recycle it into crafting points.
We haven't been able to get any work since Zexel. Nobody even knows what a super defense robot is anymore. I thought we were getting support when you walked in, but you somehow look worse than any garbage I've seen all month.
How did you even
Damn.
get here? This place is off the grid.
Nice.
Aren't you holding a map?
Oh, this is just to help me remember how many limbs I should have in case one of them goes missing. I just wish I knew how to count. Anyway, as long as I'm here,
know how to
there's
count.
any way I can help. I make a really good mop. I can squeegee your windows, can throw me into things to clog them.
Well, we do need someone to pilot that thing, since Elephant is apparently off to find a meaning in life.
If he finds
Oh, to find a meaning in life.
Yeah, I'm qualified. I crashed a decoy roid one whole time. I'll give it a shot. This is the one time that things are gonna go right for Ojama Line. I don't know how to parallel park. I'm trying to put this thing in reverse. You didn't have your turn signal on. Could anyone tell me where a gas station is? Thank you all for coming tonight.
The unenlightened masses!
Twin Longrods, very happy to have you here. We're going to subject you to a few of our musical stylings. This is a little ditty I came up with myself. Earth Angel, Earth Angel, will you be lying?
Oh, I might need to skip this one.
Feel free to harmonize over there instead of just breathing. Earth Angel. It's impossible to work with some people. Earth Angel. So I've been trying to live a more natural lifestyle and, live
Thunder
off the
Nyan
land,
Nyan?
feed myself from the fruits of the earth. And so I've been trying to eat things that I find on the floor. For example, this pill that you see here.
Take
Now,
it.
nothing
Go on.
that
I'm
you
sure.
find
I'm sure.
in
I'm
the
sure
earth
something
or on
happens.
the earth, or in this case, in an alleyway, can hurt you. So I'm just gonna pop this in my mouth, and I'm gonna have a tasty treat that cannot be beat. Oh man, that was not Prozac.
Thoughtful equipped spells exhibit.
Bubble Blaster. I made it for my friend Bubble Man after his buddy Avion got tragically destroyed by battle with a Purely the other day.
No!
This makes old Bubble stay
No,
with us for a
this
couple
is
more
not
turns. Don't take battle damage, take Bubble Blaster. Peace.
Steam Park is good for you. No downsides. For now. Goodbye.
Yeah, my lifelong friend, Giant Germ, who I met at the dumpster the other day,
Giant
got
Germ.
hit by a Metroid and died. There were two more of him immediately after, but I still miss the old one. If he were here, I would dedicate this to him, this germ infection. But as he is not, I will simply demonstrate it myself. The cool thing about the germ infection is it's really easy to make it at home by yourself.
Oh.
Or at the toilet bowl.
What is this? Get off the podium!
I can't.
I can't.
Admittedly, I've always wanted to try this. So, I've got these candles, I've got this book, I've got these bones, and, well, we're gonna try calling forth an entity from the outer darkness, something all the kids are doing these days. So all we have to do is lay all the candles out like this, and
He's missing the Labubu.
I'm gonna have it on this page with like little picture of the man, and we just have to say these
He's
words.
missing the Labubu.
Sklepto Raholi Shinalbo. I don't speak Spanish, so this is a little hard.
Why are you bugging me?
And then, yeah, any second.
Good night, Araxia.
Alright, and now it's time. Hey, what are you looking at?
Have a good appointment.
There's nothing over there.
See well.
Hey,
Uh-oh.
We're supposed to. Where are you going? We're supposed to have a punchline. This one was finally supposed to kill me. Oh, come on.
No! Wait,
Man,
I'm still on
looks like your
screen.
Graphics card is having problems.
Okay, Bessanoof, we are out of toilet paper and...
Mind your tongue before the son of Horus.
Speak not to me of your father and mine, he that guards the nation and orders the movement of the sun and stars, he who is called Nechin and Osiris, father of all who would be king. My business is urgent, and my need dire.
Mule your complaints, then. I will judge them worthy or no.
We are out of toilet paper. Also, there's a penguin in the house.
We would not be so low on toilet paper if you did not monopolize the bathroom and... Wait, what? How did this penguin get in here?
How do you figure? It flew in through the window you keep leaving open.
As if there could ever
How
be
can
such a thing
penguins
as a
fly?
flying penguin.
You know what? No,
You'd
you know
be
what? No,
surprised.
it can fly.
Look, calm down. It's fine.
I call upon the guardian of this house. You forgot to feed it, didn't you?
You have to feed it?
What a shame. The only thing it truly
No!
enjoyed, and you could offer it plenty of, was sand.
No! He was starved to death and wasn't given sand. Why? Why does he eat sand? Well, like he's finally dead.
In the dungeons of the Maryland State Correctional Facility, I discovered the remains of a monster that exists nowhere on the record. It must have been so ancient, so powerful, that even Konami refused to acknowledge its existence. And it would have stayed that way, if not for the power of my machines. Arise, my creation. Arise and terrify the world once more. That definitely peaked the mic.
Oh my god.
Well, thank you very much, Mr. Roboto.
I am Kozaki, the most brilliant mind of Demon World.
Well, domo arigato, Mr. Miyazaki. I loved your work in Cave of the Winds.
Oh, this was a mistake.
Wow, this really makes you consider the meaning of life. Not that I would know.
This was such a mistake.
Hang on, don't say anything. I gotta install some new drivers. Okay, hang on. I'm connecting to your printer. Are you Print Pro 20XX or are you Crunklesoft 99? Tell me to press any key, but there's too many choices.
Nobody has to know this happened. I can just fix this.
Did you do the Reign of Terror thing now? I probably missed a lot of mail, so I think I should call the post office.
Just like me, for real, for real.
And if I do that, I'm probably gonna have to call someone about my cable bill. And I gotta check that I actually had a house this whole time, because I might have just dreamed that I had a house.
All it takes is one press of a button.
Sorry, hang on. I'm detecting an audio device, but I didn't plug anything in. Do you know what that's about?
Oh, got him.
Hard drive. Well, hey everyone. It's the channeled Spirit of Ojama Line here.
Oh, hey.
I'd just like to say that...
He's still dead.
Wow. First, I'd like to say these robes are kind of stylish. You know, I've always been mostly naked for most of my time, so having this much of my body covered up is kind of making me feel a certain way.
What?
Anyway,
no.
I just wanted to wish you all a
No,
happy
no.
New Year and the other holidays, and I just wanted to reassure everyone.
I don't like
even though I'm dead, ow.
This sucks.
Even though I'm dead, ow.
I wanna go home.
Even though I'm dead, I'll probably be back within a couple turns or so. I mean, you know how this game. Ow. Why are you hitting me?
It was supposed to go to Skeleton World.
Is this not Skeleton World? Look at this place.
This is Skeleton Land, Dad. I hate you. I want to go live with Mom.
Son, I don't know how to tell you this, but I think your mom's dead.
Yeah? So are you.
Oh yeah, that's right.
That's it. I'm running away from home.
Thanks, kid. Good luck with your father.
Sonny, I got you the worms. Son?
Hey, Dad.
Name?
Gemma Line.
You sure that's what you want to go with?
No, actually, it's Derek. Derek Police Car.
Derek Police Car?
Reason for leaving the graveyard. Special summon. Returning to the deck.
I bombed really bad at a stand-up show, and all the Dark World guys recognize me now. It's really embarrassing.
Wait,
that's a good punchline.
Approximate duration of
That's a good joke.
Between 1 month and about a year, depending on when there's a new episode.
I'll put you down for 2 turns. How will you be departing the graveyard?
I thought you guys handled that.
So no preferences?
I've always preferred the mouthfeel of gravel to sand, but who could afford to be
What?
picky in this economy, am I right? It's a little joke for you.
We'll have you on the first bus out.
Can't wait to see the sun in the sky again, even if my doctor said I really shouldn't.
Excuse me?
I'm gonna come back to life, like a monster reborn. Right, like a monster.
Where do you think this bus is going?
Can I get off at the next stop? Huh. So this is what the back of the cars looks like.
And now it's over.
I've gone back.
He's
over
going to the
everything
ban
I can
list.
remember happening in my life, and I've come to the conclusion that it was a complete waste of time. I am, at the end of the day, the world's uninvited guest, and I think, at long last, I've overstayed the welcome I've never had.
Good. Overstay it a little bit longer. It's a bird!
That might be the single most beautiful thing I've ever seen in my life. I feel accepted, warm. I feel a part of something greater than myself. A whole that encompasses all beings, whether living or dead, great or small.
I wish you guys could see
We are but
the
thoughts
funny
in the
Ojama line
mind
past
of
my
a vast
gigantic
and
titty.
compassionate God. There is beauty in this world, I realize, and I'm going to make friends with the next thing I see. Well, howdy there, stranger. Guess who just turned over a new leaf?
Oh.
Wow, it sure is dark in here. Oh, hey, Geroid.
Hi, you're on a rock, floating in space. Pretty cool, huh? Some of it's...
So what did you think of that saga? What did you think of that Odyssey? We hate Leader Million. We hate Eater Millions. We hate Eater Millions. We hate Eater Millions. Happy was Spanish. No. I don't think there was much of it to be understood. I don't know.
Water. Fuck it. Actually, most of it's water. I can't even get from here to there without buying a boat. It's sad. I'm sad. I miss you.
Hi, sad.
A long time ago, actually never, and also now, nothing is nowhere. When? Never. Makes sense, right? Like I said, it didn't happen. Nothing was never anywhere. That's why it's been everywhere.
What?
It's been so everywhere, you don't need a where. You don't even need a when. That's how every it gets.
What? What? Did my stream freeze?
Forget this. I want to be something.
Okay.
Go somewhere. Do something. I want things to change. I want to invent time and space. And I know it's possible because everything is here and it probably already happened. I just don't know when to start. And that's exactly where it started. Oh, I paused it. I think there's a universe now. What's it made of? Quarks and stuff. Ah, that's a thing. In a place. Don't like it? Try a new place. At a different time. Try to stick together because the world is going to get bigger and emptier. But it's not empty yet. It's still very full and about 1 jillion degrees. Great news. The quarks are now happily married in groups of 3 called a proton or a neutron. And there's something else flying around too that wants to join in but can't because it's still too...
Ooh, my eyes.
Great news. The protons and neutrons are now happily married to each other. Some of them...
I would say put a seizure warning. Let's get a seizure warning.
Even doubled up. Great news, the electrons have now joined in. Congratulations, the world.
Ooh. Yeah, let's get a seizure warning up. No, an actual warning, please. Please. You've done it really well. Use screaming emotes if necessary. I'll pin it for you. 20 minutes should be enough.
The world is now a bunch of gas in space. But it's getting closer together. And
Gravity.
it's getting closer together. And it's getting closer together. It's a star. New shit just got made. Some stars burn out and die.
Whoa, new
Bigger
shit
stars
dropped.
burn out and die with passion and make some brand new, way crazier shit. Which allows newer, more interesting stars to be made and then die and explode into even crazier space dust. So now stars have cool stuff around them, like rocks, ice, and funny clouds, which can make some very interesting things. Like this ball of flaming rocks, for example. Holy shit, we just got hit with another ball of flaming rocks. And it kind of made a mess, which is now the moon. Weather update, it's raining rocks from outer space. Weather update, those rocks might have had water inside them and now there's hot steam in the sky. Weather update, cooler temperatures today and the floor is no longer lava. Weather update, it's raining. Severe flooding alert, the entire world is now an ocean. Volcano alert.
Nice.
There's life in the ocean. What? Something's alive in the ocean. Oh, cool, like a plant or an animal? No, a microscopic speck. It lives at the bottom of the ocean and eats chemical soup, which is being served hot and fresh, made from gnarly space ingredients left over from when it was raining
Gnarly
rocks or whatever.
space chemical
oh, yeah,
soup.
And it can do that. It has secret instructions written inside itself telling it how to build another one of itself. So that's pretty nifty, I would say. Tired of living at the bottom of the ocean? Now you can eat sunlight. Using a revolutionary technique, you can convert sunlight into food.
Oh my god.
Side effect, now there's oxygen everywhere and the sky's blue. Then the Earth might have been a snowball for a while, maybe even a couple of times. It's a sponge, it's a plant, it's a worm and some other types of weird strange water bugs and strange fish. It's the Cambrian explosion. Wow, that's animals and stuff. But we're still in the ocean. Hey, can we go on land?
Animals.
No. Why?
And
Sun
stuff?
is a deadly laser. Oh, okay.
The sun is
Now the
indeed a
animals can go on
deadly
land.
laser.
Come on, animals, let's go on land. Nope, can't walk yet. And there's no food yet, so I don't care. Okay, will you learn to walk if there's plants up here? Maybe, said some bugs. And fish. Okay, so I can go on land, but I have to go back in the water to have babies. Learn to use an egg.
I was already doing that.
Use a stronger egg. Put water in it. Have a baby on land in an egg. Water is in the egg. Baby in the egg, in the water, in the egg. Works for me. Bye-bye, ocean. And now everything's huge, including bugs. Want to see a map of the land? Sure. Oh, fuck, now everything's dead.
Uh-oh.
Just kidding, here are the survivors. Keep your eye on this one because it's about to become the dinosaurs. Here's everything's dead. Just kidding, here are the survivors. Keep your eye on
Portuguese.
this one because it's about to become the dinosaurs. Here's another map of the land. Yeah, it broke apart, don't worry about it, it does that all the time. Here comes a meteor. And the dinosaurs are gone.
No!
It's mammal time. Here come the mammals. Look at those breasts. Now they're gonna dominate the world, and one of them just learned how to grab stuff and walk. No, like walk like that and grab stuff at the same time.
Oh my
And
god.
bang rocks together to make pointed rocks. Ouch! And set things on fire.
Grabbing
Ouch, make
and
crazy
walking at the
sounds with
same
their voice,
time?
which can mean different things. That's a human person. And now they're everywhere. Almost. Ice Age. What? You can walk over here? Cool. Not anymore. Well, I guess we're stuck here now. Let's review. There's people on the planet. And they're chasing their food. Fuck it, time to plant some grass. Look at this. I control the food now. Now everyone will want to be my friend and live near me. Let's all build houses, except mine is bigger because I own the food. This is great. I wonder if anyone else is doing this. Tired of using rocks for everything? Use metal. It's underground. Better farming was just invented in a sweet dank valley
Better
right in between
farming.
these two rivers.
Whoa.
And the animals are helping. Guess what happens next? More food and more people who came to buy the food. Now you need people to help make the food and keep track of the sales.
Oh wait,
Now you
this is
need
the
houses
video
for
that
people
says
to live in, to make the
Jesus.
houses. And now there's more people and they invent things, which makes things better. And more people come and there's more farming and more people to make more things for more people. And now there's business, money, writing, laws, power. Society. Coming soon to a dank river valley near you. Meanwhile, out in the middle of nowhere, the horse is probably being tamed. Why is all my metal so lame and lumpy? Tired of using lame, sad metal? Introducing bronze, made with special ingredient
Whoa.
tin from the far lands of
Bronze
Tinland.
and
I don't know,
tin.
my dealer
And
won't tell me where he
tin.
gets it. Also, guess what? Meanwhile, out in the middle of nowhere, they figured out how to put wheels on a horse. Now we're getting somewhere. Also, China. And did I mention Indus River Valley civilization? The Middle East is getting more complicated. Maybe because it's in the middle of the East. Knock knock, or clop clop. It's the people with the horses. And they made an empire. And then everyone else copied their horses. Greeks! Ah, look, it must be the Greeks. Or a beta version of the Greeks. Let's check in with the Indus River Valley
Those beta
civilization.
Greeks.
They're gone. Guess who's not gone? China. New arrivals in India.
Who are somehow the alpha Romans.
Their cousins or something. And they wrote some hymns and mantras and stuff. You could make a religion out of this. There's the Bronze Age collapse. Now the Phoenicians can get down to business. Also, can we switch to a metal that's a little easier to find? Thanks. Look who came back to Israel. It's the 12 tribes of Israel. And they believe in God. Just one, though. He's got like a 10-step program. Here's some huge heads. Must be the Olmecs. The Phoenicians make some colonies. The Greeks copy their idea and make some colonies. The Phoenicians made a colony so big it makes colonies. Here comes the Assyrian Empire.
Wait,
Never mind, it's
what?
the Babylonian Median. It's the Persian Empire. So big it makes colonies.
Uh-oh. Carthage just took over.
Here comes the Assyrian Empire. Never mind, it's the Babylonian Median. It's the Persian Empire. Wow, that's big. Ah, the Buddha was just enlightened. Who's the Buddha? This guy who sat under a tree for so long that he figured out how to ignore the fact that we're all dying. You can make a religion out of this. Oops, China just broke, but while it was breaking, Confucius was figuring out how to have good morals. Ah, the Greeks just had the idea of thinking about stuff. And right
Whoa.
over here, Alexander just had
Thinking.
the idea of conquering the
Oh.
entire Persian Empire. It's a
Thinking.
great idea. He was great. And now he's dead. Hopefully the rest of the gang will be able to share the empire evenly between them. Knock knock, it's Chandragupta. He says, get the hell out of here. Will you get the hell out of here if I give you 500 elephants? Okay, thanks, bye. Time to conquer all of India. Or most of India. But what about this part? That's the Tamil Kings. No one conquers the Tamil Kings. Who are the Tamil Kings? Merchants, probably. And they've got spices. Who would like to buy the
Wow,
spices? Me, said the
spices.
Arabians, swiftly buying it and selling it to the rest of the world. Hey, China put itself back together again, with good morals as their main philosophy. Actually, they have 3 main philosophies. Out here, the horse nomads run wild and free, and they would like to ransack your city. Let's check the Greekification levels of the Greekified kingdoms.
I'm starting to get really
Greekification overload.
close.
Bye, said the
I look
Parthians.
really
Bye, said the
confused.
Jews. Hi, said the Parthians, taking over the entire place. Hey, said the Romans, eating the entire Mediterranean for breakfast. Thanks for invading our homeland, said the Jews, who were starting to get tired of people invading their homeland. Hi, everything's great, said some guy who seems to be getting very popular and is then arrested and killed for
Is
being
it
too popular, which only makes
Jesus?
him more popular. You
What?
can make a religion out of this. Want silk? Now you can buy it from China. They just made a brand new road to the world. Or you can get their own water. Sick, new trade routes, said India, accidentally spreading their religion to the entire southeast. That's a good place for an epic trading kingdom. There goes Buddhism traveling up the Silk Road. I wonder if it'll reach China before it collapses again. Remember the Persian Empire? Yep, said the Persians, making a new one. Axum is getting so powerful they would like to build a long stick. Has anyone populated Madagascar yet? Let's do it together. China's home again.
Hi, China. Welcome back. Oh,
Still can't cross the Sahara Desert? Try camels. Hell yeah, now we got business, said the Ghana Empire, selling lots of gold and slaves. Hi, I live in the Roman Empire, and I was wondering, is loving Jesus legal yet? No. Actually, okay, sure, said Constantine, moving the capital way over here to be closer to his main rival. Don't worry about Rome, it won't fall. It's the golden age.
yeah, I'm sure Rome will never
There's
fall.
the Gupta Empire, not Chandragupta, just Gupta. First name Chandra, the first.
Chandra
Guess who's in Rome?
Gupta.
What's a barbarian? Non-Romans, said the Romans, being invaded by non-Romans. R.I.P. Roman Empire. Or actually just half of it. The other half is just fine. But it's not in Rome anymore, so let's give it a new name. The Mayans have figured out the stars. Oh, and here's a huge city. Population everyone. The Gok Turks have taken over the entire Eurasian steppe. Great job, Gok Turks. How's India? Broken. How's China? Back together.
For like 5 minutes, I'm sure.
There's more of them. Korea has 3 kingdoms. Japan has a kingdom. It's the Sunrise Kingdom. Deep in the Arabian desert, on the top of a mountain, the real God whispers in Muhammad's ear. So he goes down to the cube where everyone worships gods, and he tells them their gods are all fake. And everyone got so mad at him that he had to leave town and go to a different town. You can make a religion out of this, and maybe conquer the world as well. The Roman Empire is long gone, but somehow the Pope is still the Pope. Plus there's new kingdoms all over Europe. I wonder if there's room for Moors. Here's all the wisdom. In a house. It's the Baghdad House of Wisdom, just in time for the Islamic Golden Age. Let's bring stuff to the coast and sell it and become the Swahili on the Swahili coast, said the Swahili on the Swahili coast. Remember this tiny space you have to go through to get from here to there? Someone owns that now.
I'll be honest, I don't really have a lot to say. It's kind of moving so quickly, I don't really have a lot to say. It's weird. It feels like my ADHD has been like compiled into a video. It's like trying to fight for dominance.
Get enlightened in the middle of nowhere. The Franks have the biggest kingdom in Europe, and the Pope is so proud that he invites the king over for Christmas. Surprise, you're the new Roman emperor, said the Pope, pretending to still be part of the Roman Empire. Then the Franks broke their kingdom into what will later be called France and not France. The Northerners, or just Norse if you don't have much time, are exploring. They go north, from the north to the northern north, and they find some land, 2 types of land, and they name them accordingly. They also invade some other places and get called many names, such as Vikings. There's the Rus, the Kievan Rus. Are they Vikings? I don't think so, said the Kievan Rus. Okay, fair enough. The Pope is ready to make some more emperors of the Roman Empire, the Holy Roman Empire. It's actually Germany, but don't worry about it. New kingdoms.
Christianize all the kingdoms.
Which brand would you like? Mine's better, mine's better, mine's better. Time to conquer England, said William. It's a bird, it's a plane. It's the Seljuk Turks, said the Byzantine Empire, who's getting so small it almost doesn't exist anymore. We need help. They need help, so they call the Pope. Hey, Pope, can you help us get rid of the Seljuks? Maybe take back the Holy Land on the way? Come on, I know you want to take back the Holy Land. Yes, I do actually want to do that. Let's do a crusade. Crusade! They did many crusades, some of which almost didn't fail, but at least the Italians got some sweet trade deals. Goodbye, Mayans. Hello, Toltecs. Goodbye, Toltecs. Hello, Mississippi. Look at those mounds. There's the Pueblo.
Hi,
I always
I'm
wondered how to
Mississippi.
build a town in a cliff. Guess who's here? Come here. Where? Here. And Pagan is there. Vietnam unconquered itself, Korea just became itself, and Japan is so addicted to art that the military might have to take over the government. China just invented bombs.
Welcome to the
The
Shogunate!
Mongols just invaded most of the universe. Nice going, Genghis. I bet that will last a long time. Some of the Islamic Turks were unaffected by the Mongol invasions because they were busy invading India. Is it Tonga time? I think it's Tonga time. I just found out where the Swahili gets all their gold. Look at this Chad. Means lake. There's an empire there, right in the middle of Africa. The king of Mali is so rich he's going on tour to let everyone know. Wow, that guy's rich, everyone said. The Christians are doing a great job reconquering Iberia, which will soon be called Spain and not Spain. Please remain Christian. We will check in later to see if you're still Christian when you least expect. Whoops, half of Europe just died. China's back, yay!
Wait, that's what
Hey,
the
come here,
Spanish
time to
Inquisition's
share. New
about?
Kingdoms here and there. Oh, look who controls all the islands. It's the Mahajapit, Majapahit, Mapajahit, Mahapajit, Mapajahit, Majapahit. Oh, Italy's really rich. Time for them to care a lot about art and the ancient classics. It's kind of like a rebirth. Here's a printer. Let's make books. So you think you can conquer the Byzantine Empire? Yep, said the Ottoman Turks. Nice job, Ottoman Turks. Oops, you missed a spot. Don't forget to ban Europe from the Indian spice trade. What? That's bullshit, said Portugal, spiceless. Well, I guess we'll have to find another way to India. Wait, said Christopher Columbus, probably smoking crack. If the world is round, let's go this way to India. No, don't worry, we already got this, said Portugal. So Chris goes to Spain. Hey, Spain, want to hire me to find India by going around back of the world? No, please, no, please, no, please. Okay. So he sails into the ocean and discovers more ocean, and then discovers the Indies and Japan.
And
Let's
then
draw a line
discovered
to decide who
shit.
gets which half of the world. The Aztec and Inca empires are off to a great start. I wonder if they know that Europe just discovered their continent. The Habsburgs are marrying into so many royal families they might have to start marrying each other. Move over, Lithuania. Here comes Moscow. Ivan wants to make Russia great again. Move over, Timurids. Maybe go invade India or something. Persia just made Persia Persian again. Let's make it the other kind of Islam. The one where we thought the first guy should have been the other guy. Hey, Christians, do you sin? Now you can buy your way out of hell. That's bullshit. This whole thing is bullshit. That's a scam. Fuck the church. Here's 95 Reasons Why, said Martin Luther in his new book, which might have accidentally started the Protestant Reformation. You know what would be magnificent, said Suleiman wearing an onion hat? What if the Ottoman Empire was really big, which it is now? What if Russia was big, said Ivan, trying not to be terrible? Portugal had a dream that they controlled the entire Indian Ocean, including the spice trade. And then that dream was real. And Spain realized that this is not India, but they pillaged it anyway. Damn, said England and France. We gotta start pillaging some stuff. Then the Dutch revolt and all the hipsters moved to Amsterdam. Damn, said Amsterdam. We gotta start pillaging some stuff. Question 1, can you get to India through North America? No, but at least there's beaver. Question 2, steal the spice trade. That's not a question, but the Dutch did it anyway. Guess where all the sugar's made? In Brazil. Stolen. In the Caribbean. And it's so goddamn profitable you might forget to not do slavery. The next thing on Russia's to-do list is to get bigger. Britain and France are having a friendly discussion about who should control the entire world, more specifically Ohio. Then it escalates into a 7-year discussion, giving Prussia a chance to show Austria who's boss. But what about Britain and France? Did they figure out who's boss? Yes, they did. It's Britain. Guess who's broke? Also Britain. So they start taxing the hell out of America. Fuck you, says America, declaring their independence and fighting for it. And France helps them win. Now France is broke. And Britain will have to send their prisoners to a different continent. Wait, if France is broke, why do the king and queen still wear such fancy dresses? Let's overthrow the palace and cut all their heads off, said Robespierre, cutting everybody's head off until someone eventually got mad and cut his head off. You could make a No, don't. Haiti is starting to like the idea of a revolution, especially the slaves, who free themselves by killing their masters. Why didn't we think of this before? Wait, who's in charge of France now? Said Napoleon, trying to take over Europe. Luckily, they banished him to an island. But he came back. Luckily, they banished him to another island. There goes Latin America, becoming independent in the Latin American Wars of Independence. Britain just figured out how to turn steam into power, so now they can make many different types of machines and factories.
Oh, steam. Oh, industrial.
So they can make a lot of products real
Okay.
fast. Then they invent some trains and conquer India and maybe put some trains there. Hey, China, said Britain, buy stuff from us. Nah, dude, we already got everything, says China. So Britain tried to get them addicted to opium, which worked, actually. But then China made it illegal and dumped it all into the sea. So Britain threw a hissy fit and made them open up 5 cities and give them an island. Britain and Russia are playing a game where they try to stop each other from conquering Afghanistan. Also, the Sultan of Oman lives in Zanzibar now.
Why?
That's just where he lives. India just had a revolution, and they would like to govern themselves now. Nope, said Britain, governing them even harder than before.
Hi, just send you a message there.
Technology is about to go crazy. The United States finally figured out whether slavery is good or bad. It's bad, they decided, and then they continued.
I did not
manifesting their
know
destiny,
that
which is to kill the
was
rest
a
of the natives and take their
system.
land and
Holy
maybe kick out the
shit!
Mexicans too. I know. Let's rape Africa, said Europe.
Whoa, 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 whoa!
Britain and France are still hungry. They never got Thailand. The United States ran out of destiny to manifest, so they're looking for more. Hawaii, Cuba. Wait, Spain controls Cuba. Well, blame something on them and go to war. What should we blame on Spain? Let's blame the Maine on Spain. So they blame the Maine on Spain. Now we're in business. To celebrate, they kick Panama out of Panama and make a canal, connecting the 2 oceans. Britain just found oil in the Middle East. It makes cars go. China is so tired of being bossed around that they delete their old government and make a new, stronger government, which is accidentally weaker and controlled by a guy from the previous government. Europe hasn't had a war since the last war, so they start World War I. Look at those guns. It's gonna be a great war. So great we won't need a second one. After it's over, they blame Germany. Russia went on strike and the workers overthrew the government. Now everyone's paycheck is the same. Communism in the Soviet Union. The Arabs revolt and Britain helps. Now the Ottoman Empire's gone, so we can give the Jewish people
Hey there.
a place to live. Hopefully the Arabs won't mind.
Welcome to
Let's cut
stream.
the
First
cake,
time-
said
first
Sykes and
time
Picot,
chatting.
carving up the remains of the not-so-Ottoman anymore empire. Except
How you doing?
Turkey makes a brand new turkey. And then the Saudis conquer Arabia. It just seemed like the right thing to do. Hello? Yes, it's the 1920s calling. Let's get in the car and drive to a party and listen to jazz on the radio and go to the movies. The economy's great and it'll probably be great forever. Just kidding. Germany's back featuring Hitler, the angry mustache model, and he's mad at the Jews for existing. Japan is finally conquering the East, and they're so
Funny way
excited
doesn't
the
work,
white
honey.
man
Don't do
came
it.
way too hard.
Funny
They
way
should
doesn't
probably
work
just deny
right
it.
now.
Hitler's out of control. So the
Well, you
international community
just
tackles him and
miss.
tries
You
to
just.
explain why
You're
killing
not
all the
getting
Jews is a
refunded.
bad idea, but he kills himself before they could explain it to him. That's World War II. Bonus round: Pacific Showdown. United States versus Japan. Fight.
Extinction ball.
Let's unite all the nations and have some world
No.
peace. Hi, I'm
That's
Gandhi, and if Britain
awful.
doesn't get the hell out of India, I'm going to starve myself in public. Wow, that worked. Bonus, now there's Pakistan. Actually, 2 Pakistans. One of them could be Bangladesh later. The Jews and the Arabs finally figured out which one of them should live in the Holy Land. Me, they both said at the same time. Let's divide up the land so everyone's happy. Psych, they both get angrier. Look out, China. There's a new China in China. What's on the menu? Communism. No thanks, said the other China, escaping to an island. I wonder which one is the real China. There's the Korean War, Korea versus Korea. Nobody wins, then it's on pause forever. Let's meet the sponsors. Oh, it's the 2 global superpowers. They're having a friendly debate over which economic system is good and which one is an evil virus of Satan. And they both have atom bombs. Fight! Wait, no, that would be the end of the world. Let's just keep it cool and spy on each other instead. And make sure we have enough atom bombs. I'll race you to space. Now let's make some more countries fight themselves. Europe is tired of pillaging other continents, and the continents they were pillaging are tired of being pillaged. So here's a new map with new countries. Now you can't tell who they're being pillaged by. The United States finally decided whether racism is good or bad. They decided it's bad, and the world agrees. South Africa might need another minute to think about it. Let's check the world population. Whoa. Okay. Technology's better too, that might keep happening. The Soviet Union decides to relax a little and accidentally falls apart. Europe makes a union, so now they can all use the same money, except Britain because they don't feel like it. Let's check the mail. Surprise, it's on the computer. Whoops, someone just attacked America. I bet they'll remember that. Phone call. Surprise, it's in your pocket. Want to learn everything? Surprise, it's on the computer. Now your phone's a computer,
Oh, no.
which is in your pocket. Whoops,
Oh, no,
the
we're
economy just
getting
crashed.
close.
Don't
Uh-oh.
worry, the big banks won't fail because they're not supposed to. Surprise, flying robots. with bombs. Want to print a brain? Some people have no friends. Some people have no food. The globe is warming.
I'm getting.
Let's save the planet, said everybody.
I'm getting like
how.
fucking.
Let's invent a thing inventor, said the thing
I'm getting
inventor after being
overstimulated.
invented by a thing inventor. That's pretty cool. By the way, where the hell are we?
Just weeks before the release of Amazing Spider-Man issue 26, this image was leaked online. To non-Spider-Man fans, it looked like a genuinely heartbreaking moment in which a loving father helplessly watches his 2 children being erased from existence. This of course left them extremely confused as to why everyone else was celebrating this. These Spider-Man fans were delighted to see this film. To non-Spider-Man fans, it looked like a genuinely heartbreaking moment in this image just weeks before the release.
I'm gonna say, you can quote me. You can quote me. Fuck them kids. Yep. I'm glad those 2 kids in particular are dead.
Fans, it looked like a genuinely heartbreaking moment in which a loving father helplessly watches his...
Yep. Yep.
You are poggers!
Yep. I'm happy that they died, but let's be more accurate. So now this is something I have stuff to talk about.
Power word! Kill!
Those are not real children. They are actually constructs, like mental sort of fake constructs shaped like children, and all they do is they track the location of wherever they are. They're tracking devices. They're not real. They're not even children. They are created by this guy's dad. This is Paul, and his dad was referred to as the Scribble Man, and he's evil. Extremely evil. Super, super, super evil. So evil that this guy, Paul, assisted him in genociding his entire home dimension. Yeah. Instead of helping get therapy, he was a lazy asshole. And these little kids right here are specifically to keep track of where Paul is. And also to help him have something to tie Mary Jane down, I guess.
His 2 children being erased from existence. This of course left them extremely confused as to why everyone else was celebrating this. These Spider-Man fans were delighted to see this guy in pain. This guy, Paul? But why? What did this Paul do to make fans so mad? This whole thing fascinates me, but I'm yet to see an explanation that gets exactly why these fans feel this way about this guy, who for most of his existence is just a background character, barely appearing in the series or doing anything at all. So that's what I'm here to do. Alright, seems simple enough, let's go! In 1987, Peter Parker and Mary Jane Watson got married. They would spend the next 20 years in real-world time.
I'll let him explain a bit, and I'll stop it. I'll stop it when I have something to say.
Cementing them as one of the most beloved couples in comic history. In the mid-2000s, certain higher-ups at Marvel thought that Peter being married took away from the point of his character, that him being single and not having his life together was key to what made Spider-Man so relatable, and so they manufactured a storyline to separate the happy couple. It is for this reason we got the infamous storyline One More Day, in which Peter sells his marriage to Mephisto, erasing said marriage from existence and creating a soft reboot, an altered world in which Peter is alone and MJ mysteriously hates him. This was like Pearl Harbor for Spider-Man fans, and to this day we have not shut up about it. As this new era of Spider-Man began, MJ was noticeably missing, only making
One More Day. Look, I have not been super involved with all this for very long, but even I know about everything wrong with One More Day. They had Aunt May looking like she was You remember watching the old cartoon and Aunt May looks like she was like 1,000 years old? That she could just crumble into dust any moment. Wait, hold on. Let me see if I can find. Let me see if I can find it.
Hello? Oh my gosh. Yo, guys, it's me, Charlie. Hey, did that guy just turn into sand?
Yeah, that basically that. So they actually have to keep making her younger because it genuinely does not make sense that she's like a gazillion years old and she's just meant to be Peter's just his aunt. Like, make her older, but she doesn't need to be like 90. uh, okay, but the point is that Aunt May was like a more billion years old, and then got shot because the Kingpin sent someone, and they had a really cool moment where Spider-Man shows that he's willing to show everyone his identity. He's willing to show everyone his identity in order to get the point across that Spider-Man might not kill, but Peter Parker will kill someone who hurts his family. Great moment, fantastic. He picks up Kingpin by the skin. And then we go through, and then like, oh, Marvel is like, oh, you know, we've been having too many moments. You know, Civil War didn't do as good as we hoped. Fish, and so they fish for an idea, and they find an idea, and said idea is, why don't we ask the devil if we can just, you know, undo stuff? And so this incredible writer called Brian Michael Bendis, if you can't hear the sarcasm in my voice, goes and he's like, we'll ask the devil. And then they ask the devil. And the devil's like, yeah, how about we also take your marriage? Ooh. And so they do. And then this reset happens. Civil War still happened, mind you. Civil War still happened. But hold on. Okay. Civil War still happened, but like everything Spider-Man did, you can kind of just like ignore it. Civil War 1. Civil War 1, boy, we've not even gotten to the Captain Marvel causes problems for no reason war. So then you get one more day, and then you get a brand new day. And now Peter isn't allowed to age. Well, turns out some comics come out and they're like, what if Peter didn't lose his wife marriage to Mephisto? And people really like it. People really like it. There was also comics like, what if Mary Jane didn't get her baby stolen? Yeah. They keep not letting Peter have a family. So there's kind of like hints of this in the past anyway. Marvel editorial, really weird. And so like, oh, resets him, resets them, resets everyone. But stuff that happened still happened. stuff that happens still happened, but then also didn't. It's really stupid. So now you have this character who's kind of displaced and shot. What if the Venom symbiote infected Peter? What? Oh, I mean, that's actually kind of rad. Um. Anyway, continue on, and there's like two situations like, oh, what if Peter Parker had a daughter? What if Peter Parker had a daughter? And like, oh, that's popular. Oh shit, that's popular too. Why don't we do that? Well, that's because he sold his marriage to Mephisto, and also had his body stolen by Doc Ock. Oh, and I'll shut up. I'll continue the video for now.
Making her first regular appearance around a year and a half later. During this era, Marvel would tease the fans. They'd have Peter say, "Ooh, marriage? Never doing that shit. Imagine me getting married." Or Mary Jane would be like, "Yeah, maybe we would have been together in another life." Or the time they had Mary Jane catch the bouquet at Aunt May's wedding, and everyone was like, "Oh shit, does this mean they're bringing the marriage back? Oh my god, they're finally doing it. The marriage is coming back." And then nothing happened between them for the next, 3 years. Still, there remained hope, and the series slowly started to build towards Peter and MJ's reunion. From MJ telling Peter that she loves him at the end of Spider Island, to them spending more and more time together, and just as they're entering a proper relationship again, Peter gets his mind swapped with Dr. Octopus, fucking dies for a year, and then when he gets back, MJ is understandably no longer interested because of the whole mind swap, and remains separated from Peter for the next 5 years. This teasing over the course of a decade, dangling the marriage in front of the readers like a carrot on a stick, it left a bad taste in a lot of people's mouths. Yeah.
So the thing is that Superior Spider-Man, we love Superior Spider-Man. Superior Spider-Man's really, really good. Yeah, it's really, 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 really good. Really, 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 really good. I like it a lot. It's a good examination of both of Dr. Octopus and Spider-Man and Peter Parker, as well as Otto Octavius. Very good. Very strong. Very, very strong. Hearing that it is made basically specifically to not allow Mary Jane and Peter to get together there is one of the stupidest things that I have heard. And the thing is that I'm pretty sure it's true. It sounds so stupid and head-assed that I'm fairly sure it's true. Anyway, let's continue. This might end up being the last video for the night, by the way.
Yes, a big part of it was the relationship itself, but for longtime fans, the marriage was a symbol of the way things were. A time where Peter was able to make real progress in his life, to grow and mature, and had relationships which reflected that. After so long, fans were starting to lose hope that this kind of era would ever make a return. And then Volume 5 happened. Writer Nick Spencer arrives on the scene, and in his very first issue, he gets Peter and MJ back together. In fact, not only does he heal the relationship, but he's also hinting at something greater. As the series progresses, fans begin to speculate that Spencer's going to undo One More Day. What with him bringing Mephisto back and having Peter relive one of his memories from One More Day, and the cover of one of the issues. I mean, just look at it. What kind of event do you think they're celebrating here? It's not fucking Christmas. It's hard to explain just how excited I and a lot of other fans were as this story was unfolding. I was genuinely ecstatic each time a new issue came out, and Spencer moved one step closer to undoing Peter's deal with Mephisto. However, according to writer Dan Slott, there was never a hope in hell that Marvel was actually going to let Spencer go through with this, and so Spencer ended up undoing Sins Past instead. An equally hated storyline from around the same time, in which Gwen Stacy slept with Norman Osborn and had two weird goblin
you know
babies.
what?
This did kind of read like a compromise, but at least we got confirmation that the children weren't Normans, and they were actually a trick played by an AI version of Harry Osborn the whole time. As much as it was a letdown at first,
No, we gotta thank this comic for doing something hilarious. So instead of sleeping with Gwen Stacy, turns out Norman slept with Mysterio in a wig. So if you ever wondered why I make Mysterio the goat jokes, he's taking up the ass, it's because they got Norman Osborn absolutely hopped up. in order to make him think that he had sex with Gwen Stacy. By using mysterious tricks. And then they made him fake kids. That's why I think the Paul thing is so funny with his fake kids. Because there was already a habit of 2 fake kids. So, amazing. Love this retcon. It's one of the funniest. It took a very gross and creepy and uncomfortable story and made it hilarious.
AI version of Harry Osborn the whole time. As much as it was a letdown at first, I actually think this works way better. The ending of Spencer's run says, suck it up. It happened. Even if One More Day was undone, that wouldn't take away the effect it's had over the past 10 years. Those stories would still exist, right?
Don't
You
worry
can't
about
change
it.
the past. The best thing to do is to just accept it and move forward
I
in the
don't
right
remember.
direction.
I don't
Also,
remember.
it would be pretty ironic having a story infamous for undoing a bunch of stuff, and then you try and make up for it by undoing a bunch more stuff. Like, it wouldn't be fair, especially to some of those brilliant stories we got post One More Day. Endangered Species.
I don't remember.
Torch Song. No one dies, especially that brilliant dream sequence at the start of it. Clone Conspiracy. No, I'm kidding. But even that story has really good moments. After Spencer left, Volume 5 continued with a variety of writers and artists, including writer Zeb Wells, who would later take over as the main writer for the series. While I personally didn't really care for this run, I did appreciate the inclusion of Mary Jane, you know, the assurance that she wasn't going anywhere, and the fact that her relationship with Peter seemed to be on the right track. At the end of Volume 5, the two of them were planning seemed to be on the right track. At the end of Volume 5, the two of them were planning to move in together, and Spider-Man fans across the globe were breathing a collective sigh of relief. Just as Spencer had said, Peter and MJ were proving to be truly unbreakable, and with Volume 6 around the corner, fans couldn't wait to see where they were going next. Towards the end of April 2022, the first issue of Amazing Spider-Man Volume 6 came out, with lead writer Zeb Wells and lead artist John Romita Jr. This new volume established a time skip of around half a year, and during that time, Peter had apparently done something to become estranged from his family and friends. Aunt May's disappointed in him, his old roommate Randy hates him, and his relationship with the superhero community is rocky at best. But hang on a minute. Where's MJ? Just an issue before, they were going to move in together. You know, the thing that people have been waiting for the past 15 years?
Alright, let's look at this ugly art. So, it gets explained. What did Peter do? What did Peter do to piss everyone off? Fuck and all. Nothing. He didn't do anything. It's like they forgot to explain what did Peter do. He saved his girlfriend. That's what he did. That's it. Like, nothing. He literally does nothing.
Where the hell's she gone? It's only at the end of the first issue that we finally get to see MJ. And in these brief couple of pages, we learn that she's not only living away from Peter once more, but she now has 2 children all of a sudden, and her new partner is just some guy. We get his name, Paul. He's a guy. What? Do we get to find out more about him in the next issue? No. Going forward, he makes a couple of brief appearances in issues 3 and 7, refusing to give even the tiniest piece of information about who he is. His only function is to remind people of his existence, saying, hey, it's me, it's Paul. Who are you? Now, because a lot of people see Peter and MJ as being perfect for each other, and they have years and years worth of stories proving this, any attempt to separate them will inevitably feel unnatural. It'll feel empty for a lot of people. Marvel is fully aware of this, and so to fill the emptiness the best they can, they build up all these plot threads in advance to make it seem like Peter and MJ separating is inevitable, that it's the only option available for them in the context of the story. After MJ shows up at the wedding, the two arrange to meet and catch up, only for them to be interrupted by the Chameleon. The Chameleon kidnaps and impersonates Peter, not only being a weirdo with MJ, but also making moves on Peter's roommate at the time. This leads to Peter's roommate developing real feelings for him, and so when MJ recognizes this, she assumes Peter has moved on, and any potential spark between them is snuffed out. The most frustrating part about all of this is that none of these elements come out of nowhere. They all have a pretty believable setup. They've established in an earlier storyline that Chameleon's back in town, so when he does come back to steal Peter's life, it's no big surprise. Plus, stealing people's faces and impersonating them is like his whole thing. He's been doing it since the very first issue of Amazing.
Yeah, the Chameleon is Spider-Man's first villain. I wonder if there would ever be a hero that surpasses Spider-Man in the eyes of children, way more than often than not. Through every generation, 10 kids tend to have Spider-Man as their favorite superhero. It tends to be Spider-Man or Batman. And Spider-Man is technically more popular than Batman. Not of the efforts of Marvel, that's for sure. Not in the last 10 years. Right time probably to say to Peter, we're pretty sure it's the editorial. There was a moment at the end of Zeb Wells' run. There was a moment, and we came to the realization there are still things that I don't like about Zeb Wells' run that I know is his fault. That I'm fairly certain was his fault. And that is the way that some characters are written. They're written very strangely. It's very uncomfortable, very robotic feeling. But one thing that I'm sure he was not at fault for is the honestly the Paul stuff. If we're led to believe some of the stuff that's been found out, it is very likely that Paul has been kind of like an editor self-insert. Not a writer self-insert. No. No. An editor self-insert. Which is very weird. Don't you think? Like, I think it's very strange. Inserting the self into things is not necessarily a bad thing. Everything you create kind of has yourself in it. But there's a line you need to make sure it does not cross. And when you start tweaking the entire story in order to facilitate your self-insert as being the most important thing, that's bad. That is bad. So what am I saying? I'm saying Paul's a Mary Sue. That's what I'm saying.
Spider-Man. So this evil plan is nothing out of the ordinary, right? It makes sense. Also, it was around this time that Peter was having terrible luck with dating, to the point where it was almost ridiculous. He was getting led on and rejected every 2 seconds, and it was like, when is someone gonna give this guy a break? And so when MJ, the love of his life, finally does show up and rejects him, it's like the punchline to this big long joke that had been building up over the past 20 issues. It's an annoyingly well-executed setup and payoff that fits in with the tone of the story. The same sort of thing
also,
happened with
they keep
Superior
making
Spider-Man
Peter a
years later.
bum.
Not only is Otto's plan to swap bodies with Peter carefully set up over 3 years in advance, but the series even goes out of its way to show that MJ sticking around is a bad thing. Otto's a creep. You don't want him hanging around MJ. And so when she goes from being a series regular to more of a guest star, it's framed as a good thing. You're like, thank God MJ is saved. So yeah, by this point, people have come to expect this sort of thing. Marvel wants to have their cake and eat it too. And so by this point, people have come to expect this sort of thing. Marvel wants to have their cake and eat it too. And so they tease Peter and MJ getting back together, something will happen between them that's been set up before,
the one
and while it ends
Starfire,
up being frustrating, it's believable in the context
I'm
of
not
the story. They're
Starfire.
not fooling anyone. We
Oh
know
my
Marvel
God.
want Peter and MJ gone, but you can at least respect the effort on the creative team's part. This, I think, is why fans were in such denial with Paul initially, because to them his appearance represented only one thing, that Marvel was finally being honest. No more setups, no more plot devices, no nothing. It's this completely abrupt, zero-calorie moment that says, fuck it, gig's up. You know what we're doing by now, there's no point in hiding it. They abruptly introduced this character, immediately gave him one of the most important roles in the series while giving so little elaboration it almost became funny. The sheer lack of characterization Paul gets initially, in spite of the catastrophic effect he seems to have on Peter's life, it's like, it feels insulting yet hilarious. It's so dumb that it becomes kind of genius, and that moves people emotionally in multiple directions at once. It's not that Peter and MJ were separated, everyone knew that was going to happen at some point, but to do it like this, people just couldn't believe it. They're Peter and MJ's kids, not Paul's. This has to be another reality, or a nightmare, or an illusion. This is just a dark feature, just like Flashpoint, and Peter will eventually prevent it from happening, right? Peter and MJ having a kid has always been a kind of touchy subject among Spider-Man fans. First you had MJ announcing she was pregnant in the 90s, and building Peter up to be a father over the next couple of years,
Oh wow,
only
they're
for the
talking about
child
it.
to be taken away from them in the end. Then of course there's the bit in One More Day when Peter talks to his future daughter, the daughter he will never have now thanks to Mephisto's deal. And so to see this version of MJ finally getting kids of her own out of nowhere, and also the father's just some random guy, it only added to the disbelief among fans. It just couldn't be true. But it was. As we soon found out, this wasn't an illusion or another reality. Paul was here to stay. And oh boy, were people thrilled about this.
Yeah.
People hated Paul. Like, really hated him. Here we have our boy Peter, lonely and miserable, can't...
Okay, let's talk about why. Let's talk about a little bit of why people hate Paul. So, you have... Let's actually go back to Superior Spider-Man as an example of this. We have a ton of legacy characters, and even new characters, classic characters, everything. You got Miles, you got Eddie, you got Flash, you got Otto, you got every single people in the sun. You got Silk, you got Ben, you got Kane, which is gonna come up later. I'm gonna bring that up later. Maybe I'll bring it up right now. So we thought we were gonna be getting a bit of a new Clone Saga. We don't know if it sucks yet. We don't know. It still bothers me. If you've not heard, Norman Osborn is currently the Spectacular Spider-Man. And Peter is kind of he's kind of got a Guardians of the Galaxy thing going on right now. He's shacked up with Rocket Raccoon in space, and they've got like this weird symbiote dog friend, and he is holding a genetic like splicer guy hostage in order to make him stronger. He's got a new suit and everything. But right now on Earth, Norman Osborn is Spider-Man. Maybe this is what they're gonna do to make him evil again. He got his sins eaten or whatever, and it means it like cleansed his soul of the goblin or some shit. We don't know, but that's the short of it. Is that it's also a way that they are purposely damaging Peter's reputation with New York with a bunch of superheroes, is that they have Norman doing it. What they could have done, because he's being more aggressive, he's more dangerous, his web fluid is dangerous to people, and so he's not very friendly neighborhood anymore. Because it's not him. So Ben, who I'm gonna lose it. He is currently Chasm. He's Chasm. I hate that shit. I kind of totally love the Scarlet Spider, so him being called Chasm with that ugly purple and fart green costume. I despise it. This every Scarlet Spider costume has been really, really cool. Oh my god, I'm a Chasm. Anyway, Ben Reilly is currently Peter. Love that. That's great. I actually like that a lot. And there's situations where he hasn't actually been Peter. He wasn't actually Peter. So there's stuff that he doesn't know. There's mannerisms that he has that are incorrect, and he doesn't know how to get through these things. And that's great. That's actually pretty cool. And so we thought, oh shit, is the new Spider-Man Kane? Is it Kane? No. No, it's not Kane. It's Ben Reilly is Peter, and Kane is not Spider-Man. That would be pretty cool if his clone brethren were kind of holding down the fort. And Kane is known for being more aggressive and dangerous, so it would have made sense. But no, it's Norman, and I don't know if that's ass or not. We're gonna have to see. I mean, they have the Hobgoblin. Honestly, the Hobgoblin's pretty cool. I actually have an issue. I have an issue of Spider-Man, the Amazing Spider-Man. Let me see if I can get the number real quick. Number 239 now strikes the Hobgoblin. I have that. It is protected for 60 cents. It's up there. It is a I don't have a lot of things, but I have that. I like the Hobgoblin. I don't like the Hobgoblin as much as I like Mysterio. I like Mysterio a lot. Green Goblin's always the Green Goblin and Doctor Octopus. Green Goblin and Doctor Octopus are like the top. But I do kind of prefer when Octavius is kind of a morally gray character. Or even an anti-villain, so to say. Anyway. So, we're in this really weird space where we have all these characters who could be doing things. And you know what? I'm gonna say it. They actually, they're getting past my argument because they're having a character take over. Peter's not around. Okay, they have a character taking over. So there's the issue is that they make a character which we have no investment over. We know nothing about. He just magically slots in. Where'd he come from? We don't know. That's a big problem with it. Is that they just kind of just popped him in there. This kind of spawned Paul in. They really did just fucking spawn him in. And that is part of people's problem. But also there's some things that Will does, and I hate it, like, please, Norman, I need your help. This is base Vulture I'm up against. Or as you can see here, he's getting absolutely dogged on by Tombstone.
Catch a break, and yet Paul here, he has no problems. He's charming, he's fairly confident, he has unlimited money. I mean, we don't even know who this guy is. He barely shows up, and yet we're supposed to believe that what, MJ just ditched Peter for him because he's just the perfect guy who in her eyes somehow holds a candle to one of the greatest heroes to ever exist? Fuck you, Paul! I know there were all the jokes and the shitposts and all that, but once the joke got old and people slowly realized that Paul was actually a thing now, this initial disbelief turned into blind rage. Of course, the story
was not
doesn't want you to
blind.
like him.
It
You're
was
supposed to have
very
an unfavorable
focused.
reaction to him. Though I feel like the intention here was more to create intrigue for people to ask, oh, what's this guy's deal? I want to know more. Rather than just pure unparalleled hatred. Now yes, the series isn't all bad. There are some redeeming qualities outside of Paul that are genuinely pretty cool. Take the crime lord Tombstone, for example. He shows up at the start, and he's pretty cool, especially the moment where he gets bombed to shit, and then we see him walk out of the smoke having protected his cat from the explosion. It's little character stuff like that, which I do really appreciate. I know that humour is subjective, but there are a lot of moments I found genuinely funny. Whether it's Tombstone calling out Peter for being a weirdo, or J. Jonah Jameson's demon bed when he gets sent to hell. I'm not going to give you context for this one. Or there's this one paramedic who shows up at a crime scene and he just doesn't give a single shit. He's completely unbothered. That stuff aside though, most of the series is pretty sad. Like Paul has actually just ruined Peter's life. In these new stories, he is exhausted and bitter and unwilling to engage with others directly. Peter didn't start off as a team player back in the day. He had to learn to open himself up and get on with others during his years as Spider-Man.
Alright, here's another point. Paul has effectively destroyed Peter's everything, like his entire life. It is this situation has destroyed his professional life, like every single thing he's got. Like he doesn't have the Fantastic Four anymore. He doesn't have the X-Men anymore. God knows what the fuck the X-Men are doing. They're partying on their living island, going like, "Oh, I can't die! Watch this!" as they slit their own throats and then come back out of the tree birthing unit. It's really weird. They got their own thing going on, so he doesn't have any connection to any X-Men stuff going on, which, like, there's an instance of Wolverine dies, he's like, make Spider-Man a teacher. They need to know his values, and it's like so he's kind of lost his entire support structure, kind of even Aunt May, for reasons that, due to the time skipped, we're just not told. And then there's just this new guy, and the whole world revolves around him.
So now that he's lost MJ to Paul,
we'll keep going. We'll keep going.
Seems to have retreated back into this loner mindset as a shield from emotional vulnerability. He's regressed, and it hurts to watch. He struggles in fights, getting his ass beat over and over again, which is almost embarrassing given the challenges he was able to overcome in the past. He gets out of dangerous situations not due to his own strength or indomitable will, but just by getting lucky, being saved by other people at the last minute when he can't stand up for himself. The one time he does manage to hold his own, it turns out he was being manipulated by Tombstone, so he can't even count that as a victory. He holds the respect of absolutely no one, and is honestly just one step away from making a giant web slingshot and firing himself off right into the sun. To top things off, Peter now has to share a significant amount of his time with Norman Osborn, who is cured of evilness in the last volume and has now offered Peter a job at Oscorp.
They brought that up.
It's not easy seeing the guy who killed your girlfriend be your new boss, but Norman claims to have changed, so it's worth keeping an eye on at least. Wait, hang on a minute. Who's this at the Oscorp offices?
Paul.
Oh, piss off!
Yeah,
For Peter, it all seems like one big dead end.
And then we got the goblin costume. We got Peter looking like, honestly, looking like one of those pale white memes. Where the whole everything is white and he's like crying, he's got the mask on, whatever.
Things do start to turn around when the big Judgment Day crossover happens. During this event, a giant celestial puts humanity under its judgment both as a collective and individually, giving each person on Earth 24 hours to prove themselves worthy, or I don't know, it'll blow up the whole planet or something. The celestial appears to each individual as a person from their past, and in Peter's case, it appears as Gwen Stacy. When Uncle Ben died, it was very difficult for Peter, of course, but it made sense to him. It was an immediate lesson that taught him about responsibility and self-actualization, and he was then able to move forward and put that lesson to good use. When Gwen died, however, it was senseless. There was no meaning, no obvious thing that he had to change about himself, and so, like anyone would, he tried to continue the way he was before, and just try not to think about Gwen in the hopes that it would all go back to the way things were. This of course didn't work. He crumbled due to his grief, his sense of identity just kind of fell apart, and he isolated himself from everyone. Fun times. Peter would eventually realise that if Gwen's death taught him anything, it was how to move on, and that moving on isn't just forgetting.
Ooh, a panel from Spider-Man Blue. Amazing. Read it any way you can.
About it. It's about becoming deeply familiar with the past, incorporating that pain into this new understanding of yourself, and moving forwards, having changed, but stronger as a result. Reliving this horrible memory and reflecting on it. It's a painful process for Peter, but it's ultimately worth it. It's allowed him to become a more competent superhero. It's allowed him to handle other tragedies better, and he's overall just more secure in his identity. This is a topic near and dear to my heart, so I hope you'll trust me when I say that Wells gets it. I think his use of Gwen here is really effective, because it does the same thing I was talking about, but in a literal sense. Wells makes Peter literally face his past instead of running from it. And unlike Randy or Black Cat or the Fantastic Four, this is someone he can't ignore, and it forces him to stop, breathe, and evaluate his situation. It's a hard pill to swallow, but MJ has moved on. These things just happen sometimes. The world fucks you over without an explanation. But he can't live his life hoping things will go back to the way they were before. Gwen standing there in front of him is proof that it's possible for him to move on. It's a genuinely great way to show Peter that he'll be able to get out of this a stronger person, rather than have a character just tell him. Under Gwen's watchful eye, he acknowledges the people he's neglected and does what he can to get on the right
the
track.
art in this,
He helps
this
out his
issue
roommate
is so
Randy.
hideous.
He
I wish
checks in on his Aunt
it
May.
was better.
He makes sure Miles knows how proud of him he is.
Oh, thank you, Miles, for some actual good drip in this
He
issue.
also reflects on Norman. After all, if Norman can change, if he can do the best he can to improve his life, despite everything that's happened, then perhaps Peter can as well. The issue then ends with what I'd consider to be a touching moment in which Peter gets to talk to the real Gwen, and gets one last moment with her before she fades away. In the following issues, we start to see a slow but sure improvement from Peter, as he starts taking some initiative in his life. He gets on with his colleagues better, he asks Black Cat about their relationship and wants to take things further. He's really taking control of things and believing that things can be better. Sure, it sucks that he's in this position in the first place. I'd love him to be more like Peter from Spider-Verse right now, but you know what? He's doing his best. He's come a long way, he's back on his feet now. Let's just be grateful for what we have. Him and Black Cat are going for a weekend away together. It's a cute little date, and... Wait, hang on a minute. Who's this at the hotel? Oh no, please. Oh my god.
Random, totally at random, fucking Paul jump scare for no reason. Oh, there's Paul. Paul's here. There's MJ there too. Wow, holy crap. Oh, who's that? Who is that? Oh, yeah, it's unfucking believable. There's the odds of that are impossible.
God, why? I almost forgot about you. This is something I'm sure a lot of readers will relate to. You're trying to get invested in Peter's arc. You're thinking, hey, maybe this isn't that bad. And then Paul shows up, and suddenly you're pissed off again. He pulls you out of the story that you otherwise would have enjoyed. How does Paul manage to do this? I mean, yeah, his introduction at the start was abrupt and designed to antagonize people, and so whenever he shows up again, it takes you back to that feeling at the beginning. It reminds you how annoyed you were. And yes, seeing him cruise by without any problems while we've had to see Peter struggle to get to where he is, it's frustrating. His confidence feels unearned, and so you're like, well, I don't really care about these other characters anymore because I've been reminded that this smug asshole exists. Still though, I don't think that's it. I don't think that fully describes why Paul is able to take you out of the story the way he does. I think the answer then can be found by looking back. Before Paul, before Mephisto, a much more peaceful time where I find myself enjoying a story more often than not. And it wasn't just that these stories were good, but it felt like both the author and the audience were on the same page in terms of what Spider-Man should be. Take Straczynski's run, for example, also drawn by Romita Jr. For the longest time,
it just feels
felt like
better. This runs
and
art
my own opinion
just
were in harmony.
feels better.
He thought Spider-Man should be growing up and making progress with his life, and I thought the same. He thought Peter and MJ should be together. And
am I crazy? Am I crazy?
Closer with Aunt May.
Does the
And
art not look just more consistent?
Right there along with him. It was all nice between him, the writer, me, the reader. These two parties having a gay old time together. But then along came one more day, and it introduced this third opinion all of a sudden. Not Straczynski, the writer, not me, the reader, but the editors, the guys at the top.
Representing the Marvel Spider-Man editorial as the devil is so accurate. For Spider-Man, it is so accurate because Spider-Man is their strongest property, and so they keep him under the thumb the hardest. The thing is, it'd be so much better if they loosen the tie, like if they just let him do it. Ironically, Deadpool has it easier than Spider-Man. Used to have it easier. Well, I mean, everyone has it easier than Spider-Man, but X-Men are kind of doing their own thing. Like Beast was making clones of Wolverine, and those he turned evil, and he was making clones of Wolverine. That's fucking crazy. You that something of that like nuts nonsense wouldn't be happening in Spider-Man because it's not something that's gonna ruin his relationship with Mary Jane.
And they interfered with our arrangement like the hand of God, taking all of Straczynski's hard work, taking all of my enjoyment and investment, and dismissing it. Nope, it's like this now. It was condescending, almost. This third party coming in and being like, oh, this is nice. You guys, the author and the audience, getting along all swell. Well, sorry to break it to you, but we actually know what's better for you guys. We'll take it from here. Hope you like the series, by the way, because you're getting 10 whole years of it. Now, the editorial team have given their reasons for doing this. There's the interview with the editor-in-chief at the time where he explained that it's to preserve the longevity of the series. That if Peter stayed with MJ, it would age him up too much. His life would be less dramatic. His stories would be less accessible to younger readers, and it wouldn't allow them to keep the series going indefinitely. And yeah, that may be true from a perspective, but would that not still be better? Would it not be better to let Peter and MJ stay together?
That is so full of shit, because we now have a perfect example. We have three. We have three perfect examples. One might I prefer. One's an imperfect example. We're gonna start with that one. Spider-Man Life Story was a series where basically, it was issues that time passed in real time. So events that happened in the Marvel series happen as if they're going through real time, and Peter was able to age up, and oh wow, they offer more respect to Ben. They kill Ben Reilly. I'm gonna say it right now. They kill Ben, and it still has more respect to Ben Reilly than the fucking chasm experience has been. It doesn't just, it's like it goes through the line. Now, we also have what do they call it? Renew Your Vows. They have Renew Your Vows, where it's as if one more day never happened. And there's more stuff to it as well. People love it. People adore that. There's also Spider-Girl or Spider-Woman, and it shows, oh hey, Peter's aging, and the new spider person is his daughter. People loved that. People adored that. That's part of what Mayday is based off of. Then they got Spider-Verse, and they're happy. People were happy to see him struggle. They were happy to see him succeed. No shit. And then they did Ultimate Spider-Man, where the maker, honestly a total bro, saves Peter by not letting him be Spider-Man, but then is an asshole and stops him from becoming a scientist. But now we have a Peter who has a wife, 2 kids, and every single issue progresses in real time, and people love it. People love it. Like, dude, come on. Get your shit together. Like, what can we say? What else can we say? I don't know, man. Maybe the Marvel editorial just needs to literally all like explode one day, just like pop like a blood balloon.
Accessible for
For
some
us
people.
to get
Would that not
something.
be preferable to keeping him young and miserable, squeezing out as many stories as you can out of him, dragging him through the mud just so you can sell more issues and get as many readers as humanly possible? But no, sure, go ahead. You guys know best. Of course, every comic ever released by Marvel has been influenced by an editor in some way or another. An editor changing something the writer wanted is nothing new. In fact, it happens all the time, especially with Spider-Man. But the thing is, you as a reader shouldn't be thinking about that. One More Day's biggest crime was drawing your attention away from the story and characters and directing it towards this third party. This interference that was previously just in the background, silently pulling strings, and bringing it to the forefront, making it so you just can't ignore it anymore. You can actually see Straczynski protesting the editor's decision in the story, giving Peter all the reasons not to take the deal with Mephisto, begging him not to bend to the will of this third party, and yet Peter still takes the deal in the end because the writer can't win, and we're all aware of that now. And this wasn't like the Clone Saga of the 90s, which was more a case of editorial incompetence, right? The higher-ups running around like, oh shit, we've got this messy storyline that everyone's getting sick of. Let's just get rid of it and we can go back to the way it was before. This wasn't like Sins Past either, where everyone, editors included, pretended that it never happened straight after. No, this was a case of clear and calculated interference which had a proper lasting effect on the stories that came afterwards. Going forward, I had this underlying frustration whenever I picked up a Spider-Man comic. This anger at the fact that we're on this path that the author didn't want, and I didn't want, but I now know that if we try and stray from this path at all, the hand of God's just gonna come back and keep us from straying too far. Whenever a writer joined the series in this post-One More Day era, they unfortunately inherited this frustration, and they could either work around it by ignoring the issue as much as possible, as seen with the Brand New Day stuff. They could acknowledge it and tease that it would soon go away, like Spencer did to a debatable degree of success, or in the case of Volume 6, take advantage of it. Fuck it, maximize the anger, turn it into a spectacle. Because that's what Paul is, right? He's not the character. I mean, he barely has a personality. He's just the symbol of interference. This target for everyone to direct this decade-lasting anger towards. Quite literally, all he does is interfere. He interrupts these characters just as they're about to make a connection for the sake of it, just because he can. And so I treated Paul with the same malicious, devilish quality as Mephisto. Sadly, the story told in the actual comic took a back seat. For me, the real story was the editors versus fans. These guys at the top talking down to the readers, thinking they know best. And whenever I would start to forget about this and try to experience the story for what it was, Paul would just show up and I'd be like, oh yeah, I don't actually view this as a story. This is just another condescending course correction done purely to boost sales. Thanks for reminding me, Paul, dickhead. Despite Straczynski and Wells being in similar situations, Straczynski gets a pass, I think, from a lot of people because it was his final story before leaving. He was seen as the guy who went down fighting for our side. He was the first victim of this interference that took away from what was otherwise a really solid run. With Wells, however, this interference was there from day one. And so he's unfortunately seen as complacent with editorial. It's like he didn't even try to fight back, making fans way less sympathetic towards him. When Straczynski splits up and claims that Peter was 17 when he was bitten, you could say, well, actually, Straczynski, Amazing Spider-Man issue 240 clearly states that he was in sophomore year, making him around 15 years old, and this has been backed up multiple times. But whatever, it's fine. Doesn't affect the story in any way. But Zeb Wells, if he dares confuse things, if he has Peter say to Norman that he was once like a father to him, it's like, what? When the fuck was he ever a father figure to him in the comics? Are we thinking of the Raimi films here? The real Peter would never accept Norman. For the real Peter, seeing Norman's face would send him into a blind rage. He wouldn't stand the sight of him. Do your research, Wells. God, you've ruined it for me. You've ruined my entire life and you've sent my dog to hell and burnt my house down. Needless to say, when I'm talking about this anger towards authors and editors and such, I am not talking about people who express it through threats or going up to the guys in person and giving them a hard time. This is a real problem, especially in comic fandoms, and that behavior is inexcusable. It is possible to not like someone's work, to be angry with them as a creative, and then express those feelings in your own space.
What series of people to get pit until your 30s? Ultimate Spider-Man, it's great. It's so good.
Genuinely, I think he can be really funny. He writes a great
The new Ultimate, let me be clear, the new Ultimate Spider-Man.
Whatever the hell this is. John Romita Jr. is a fucking legend. He's worked on some of my favorite Spider-Man stories ever. Scott Hanna on inks, Marcio Menace on colors, Joe Caramagna, whose lettering I've been reading since before I can remember. These are all hard-working guys, and so I try to get invested in it. I really do. I wish that it was just me and the author. And while we may disagree, at least it's just us. And I'd be willing to compromise if I thought they genuinely believed in what they were putting forward. There will be characters I find really cool. Jokes agree, at least it's just us. And I'd be willing to compromise if I thought
I should love the Chasm suit. I really should, but I can't. I can't stand it. I can't stand it. Oh, it's drawn so inconsistently. Well, you know what? If you gave the Chasm suit to Kane, that'd probably be pretty cool. But I don't know. Maybe there's like one, two, possibly three whole suits that suit Ben Reilly better. Whatever.
Genuinely believe in
Keep
what they were
whinging, bitch.
There will be
Keep whinging,
characters
bitch.
I find really cool, jokes I find really funny, moments I find genuinely impactful. But then I turn the page and fucking Paul's there, and it's like reliving One More Day all over again. It was only with issue 21, after 11 months of being frustrated and left in the dark, that we finally managed to get some answers. Specifically what happened with Peter and MJ at the end of Volume 5, and how Paul fits into any of it. Finally, we can find out who this guy is. We're gonna find out who this guy is, yeah? Flashback to a year earlier. Peter and
God,
MJ
we
are
still
about to
have
move
so
in
much
together.
left to
Suddenly,
go.
a man called Benjamin Rabin shows up, aka that one Spider-Man villain who showed up in a single story in 2008, also written by Zeb Wells. That's right, the person behind it all is literally just some guy. I'm sensing a theme here. Rabin's whole deal is sacrifices. He wants to perform these deadly rituals so he
here
can
we
please the
go.
lion god of mischief, and so he marks Peter and MJ and sends them to what is essentially hell, an alternate, desolate world which Rabin has already destroyed. It's here they're rescued by the mysterious Paul. Apparently,
Paul Rabin. This is the world. This is the world that
what's
he
essentially
helped his
hell.
dad genocide. By the way, this is it. The sacrifice to a dark god.
An alternate, desolate world which Rabin has already destroyed. It's here they're rescued by the mysterious Paul, apparently the only survivor of this world who worked for Rabin in the past but didn't realize what he was truly doing until it was too late. Peter and MJ are then tragically separated, with Peter being sent back to their own universe, leaving MJ stuck with Paul in the Hell Dimension. This is good though, seriously, because we can finally spend some time with Paul, right? Find out who he is. I mean, yeah, we've already got his backstory and all, but that's not what I'm talking about. See, characters are truly defined by their choices. When they're under pressure and are forced to make a difficult decision, that's when you find out who they really are. And so when Paul is faced with a dilemma, when he and MJ discover 2 children in the wreckage and they're talking about whether to take these children in or not, his choice is, nah, leave him. Fucking hell, Paul. Okay, so we can now update what we know about Paul. He comes from hell. He helped destroy an entire world. He hates children. Marvel, are we supposed to like this guy? Just because you draw him insanely ripped in one of the panels doesn't mean I'm gonna like him. Oh yeah, and we also found out that he's actually Rabin's son. So he's Satan Jr. Now, I am being a bit too hard on the man. The whole point is that he learns through MJ. He learns to let go of this selfish behavior. This is supposed to draw a parallel to Peter. How he messed up due to his ignorance, got someone killed, or in this case, an entire world, and now spends the rest of his life trying to make up for it, trying to do the right thing, and better himself. This explains why MJ falls for Paul, because I guess she's just got a thing for guys who love responsibility. Therefore, when Peter manages to rescue them from hell, MJ chooses to remain with Paul so as to not disrupt the family dynamic for the sake of their kids, but also because she developed a genuine bond with Paul.
Let me remind you, these kids aren't real. And Paul knew for a fact that he was alone in this world. These
But she
kids
doesn't
are
go for it. Peter
fake.
is not happy about this, especially since in order to get MJ back, he had to burn bridges with the superhero community because he thought MJ was going to die any minute, and so he stole a bunch of their stuff and betrayed them, I guess. However, he respects MJ enough to accept her decision, leading us straight into the start of Volume 6, where his life completely sucks. This unfortunately means, though, that new readers...
Well, he stole from the Fantastic Four. He stole stuff they didn't need or weren't using for parts.
Picking up the series, we'll get the impression that MJ sucks. This feeds into the overall consensus you see online. You know, the types of comments that say, Mary Jane, she's a cheater. She's just this damsel in distress. Gwen, though, she's the perfect person for Peter. She's the real love interest here. And you know what? I wouldn't blame you for saying that if you've just seen the movies. Like, okay, fair enough. But in the comics, I mean, do you really think so? I love Gwen, don't get me wrong, but she was not good for Peter, and vice versa. While they had a great deal of love for each other, and there were moments that I was genuinely really happy for them, the divide that Peter's double life created between them was just too much. It stopped them from living healthily with their love. Peter always thought about revealing his identity to her, but decided against it because there was never the right moment. He was scared of what she was going to say, what if she hated him, especially once her father died and she blamed Spider-Man for it. And so whenever Peter looked at Gwen, he saw his own fear and insecurities reflected back at him, often causing him to have complete meltdowns. This was made worse by the press in the aftermath of Captain Stacy's death. As much as Peter would hate to admit it, he really does care about his reputation. If the world constantly tells him that he's the bad guy, he's not only going to be depressed by it, but he just might start to believe it himself. So yeah, Gwen, poor girl, bad situation. But Mary Jane, she's built different. MJ was first properly introduced in Amazing Spider-Man issue 42, and right from her first interaction with Peter, it was clear that she wasn't a traditional love interest. MJ was more independent. She played a more active role in Peter's adventures. Whenever a villain would strike, MJ would be the one saying, "Hey, let's go check this out."
Well, this says kids are going to use the stuff that now MJ had no reason to say.
Who am I, Gwen Stacy?
Yes.
Once MJ revealed that she knew Peter's identity,
yes.
things got a whole lot more serious. This
Correct.
was Peter's first mature relationship that wasn't fueled by fear or
Kinda,
regret. The pair were able to
basically.
challenge each other, test each other's sense of pride and guilt, not because they were angry at one another or misunderstood the situation. In fact, the complete opposite. They understood each other like no one else. This did wonders for Peter's self-image, because at the end of the day, the only real reflection he had of himself was in the eyes of his wife, and that was enough. He was secure in that. The reactions from the rest of the world mattered less to him. I would strongly recommend to anyone the graphic novel Spider-Man Parallel Lives by Jerry Conway, Alex Savick, and Andy Mashinsky. It's a wonderful canon story that goes over both Peter and MJ's histories, showing how similar they are and therefore why they're so perfect for each other. In my eyes, it's the perfect character piece showing who MJ really is, and a really touching commentary on life in general, and it's also dead cheap on Amazon. That all being said, let's have a look at modern MJ, shall we? After the time skip, she seems to have traded in her independence for Paul. She can't be seen anywhere without him.
Oh, let's not forget when she, for some reason, was the person, the CEO of... Well, not CEO. What was she doing? She was running Stark Industries for a while. I don't know. Anyone remember that? I remember that.
She barely has an active role in the story to start with, showing up once in a blue moon, shutting down Peter whenever he tries to talk to her. Overall, she feels more like Gwen. Think about it. Whenever Peter meets her in this series, she reflects back Peter's inadequacies, his failures as a person. She's an object of desire that Peter needs to win back, but he can't because they're not on the same page. They don't know each other, and he suffers because of it. The silence between them is just uncomfortable. It feels wrong, especially since the foundation of their whole relationship is communication. They still challenge each other, sure, but it feels more bitter. They're not trying to help each other here. There's an underlying anger and confusion in every conversation. Now, like I said, this isn't just done by accident. It's all done to serve Peter's arc in the beginning. By changing MJ like this, we understand just how alienated Peter feels, how disconnected he is from his usual self and environment. It's only once he builds up this confidence and goes through this personal reinvention that we, the audience, are rewarded with the truth. As things get clearer for Peter, things get clearer for us also. So surely, now that this alienation has served its purpose, and with Marvel teasing the end of this whole arc, surely MJ will go back to being her usual self. Yeah? After the flashback, we jump to the present day, where oh shit, Raven has returned and he means business.
Oh, right. Also, Paul's dad kills, Miss Marvel.
On confronting MJ, Raven reveals that her kids, the ones she'd been raising for years, were never actually real. They were Raven's own creation, and just as he brought them into the world, he now takes them out, erasing them from this reality.
There we
Not only was
go.
this immensely satisfying for people who hated Paul because they got to see him suffer, but this was the first actual piece of evidence that this was all going away. With the children gone, the status quo established at the start of the run was finally starting to crumble, and maybe, just maybe, we'd soon wake up from all of this. When I was reading this issue, I remember thinking,
no,
okay,
it wasn't.
Raven's demanding a sacrifice here. He wants to kill Mary Jane to achieve godhood. And Paul here, he's the son of the demon. He's looking for an opportunity to make up for his father's sins. He's got nothing to lose now except MJ, who he loves enough to put her life before his. He's been tormenting us Spider-Man fans for the past year. Now's his chance to make up for it, to prove us all wrong. Paul will sacrifice himself for MJ. This is genius. Go on, Paul, save the day. I love you. Okay, Raven's moving in for the sacrifice. He's going after MJ. What's gonna happen? Is Paul gonna show up at the last minute? Is he gonna sacrifice himself? Is Peter gonna sacrifice himself? Is it gonna be Norman? No, wait, no, it's Miss Marvel? What the hell?
Yeah.
Miss Marvel, who'd been making semi-regular appearances throughout the series, manages to trick Raven using her shape-shifting powers, and therefore when Raven sacrifices her, he's rejected by the gods and fucking dies. Paul then shows up alive and well, lets Mary Jane know of their fake children's fates, and the end. Wait, that's it? Paul's still a thing? Okay, maybe that wasn't the finale after all. Hey, we've still got the Norman thing to resolve. We've still got Tombstone kicking about. Maybe these loose ends will come together.
Yep. I remember this. I was here for this one. I was around for this one. I witnessed this one live. I witnessed this one live.
In the next story, and something will happen with Paul. As it soon turned out, we found new hope starting with issue 33, when Peter is injected with the sins of Norman Osborn, turning him into an edgy Spider-Man who swears revenge on those who wronged him. And by God, you could not believe the hype when Peter approached Norman and said those magic words. You haven't seen Paul around, have you? No reason. Obviously, Spider-Man killing someone would be pretty bad. It's never been pleasant in the past, but at this point, I think a lot of people were just so desperate for this to go away that they gladly welcomed Paul's brutal end at the hands of Peter. Finally, this is it. Peter chasing Paul like a madman.
It would give us a reason for everyone to hate Peter if when he was injected with the literal Green Goblin juice. Like, this is Green Goblin in this juice, and he killed Paul. It would have worked, especially if he Death of Gwen Stacy to him.
And Paul running away like a little weasel, leading us to the great big moment we'd all been waiting for.
You should have never come to this world, Paul. You don't belong here.
I'm not going anywhere. You do what you gotta do.
Works for me.
Of course, he doesn't actually die. He's caught by MJ using her magic powers. Oh yeah, she has magic powers now that she got from Paul because...
yeah. Oh, here's another one. They made Mary Jane into Jackpot. Oh, you get to Jackpot, Taga. Which shouldn't suck, except they made it so Paul designed in this, he designed, it gives her powers randomly, which means that she is never gonna lose unless the writer says that she loses, and it means that we can never have a truly creative fight because their powers are never truly random. Whatever. The point is that there is a literal you die option. Why? I don't know. I don't know.
As we all know, you've got to have powers nowadays, otherwise you're boring as shit. Forget that one of the main reasons Spider-Man's supporting cast works is the divide between powered and non-powered people, and how the civilian stuff is often way more interesting than the supervillain fight.
Right?
Forget that
Exactly.
is...
Thank you. Thank you. And here we go. Oh, it's depicted so boring.
Important to test Peter's pride. It humbles him.
Oh, it makes her so... It removes so much strong female character. Oh my god. See, all right, let's contrast this. So in Ultimate Spider-Man, Mary Jane punches Ultimate Mysterio. Mary Jane punches Ultimate Mysterio so hard it knocks. No, Junie, don't spoil it. Don't spoil it. Okay. She's the best, therefore she's a strong female. No, but, like, I hate this Mary Jane. But Ultimate Mary Jane is great. Ultimate Mary Jane is really good. And, like... like, you have this Mary Jane who has powers, and she's got her own run, and she's fighting people. Also, she becomes Venom. She's the current Venom. Rather, Venom is the current Venom, and they're bond together in order to stop each other from death. It's weird. Can we agree that Sam Raimi MJ is trash? She is. But we have Ultimate Mary Jane. She had to live with a fake version of her husband for like a month, and she's been kind of on the run and doing stuff, and now she's back. And she punches out Mysterio and dumps Mysterio into a, she dumped Mysterio in a bathroom and leaves. That's great. She's written very consistently. She's written great. The moments we get with her, she's amazing. You can't hate her. She's all very understandable. Every single gripe she has is understandable. She's great. But this... Also all this, and she has no superpower. She has no superpowers, and now it's like everyone has to have superpowers and super. Oh my god!
And yet MJ, the person with no powers, no anything like that, still manages to make more money than him. She's the one putting bread on the table. She's the one who stops him from going too far, who sorts him out and provides wisdom that Peter, for all his brains and brawn, can't figure out himself. And so when Peter was freed from evilness and Paul walked away and MJ fashioned herself a superhero costume, I couldn't help but feel a little let down. See, when issue 21 first came out, I made the foolish mistake of being optimistic. I wanted Paul to go away so badly, I was willing to consider that maybe Marvel was onto something here. Maybe if I quit complaining and let them do their thing, then it would all be worth it. There would be a satisfying payoff. When I caught on to what they were doing with MJ, having her act out of character.
The current Venom at the time of this going on was Eddie's son, Dylan, and that's pretty good. He had a good mother mother-son dynamic with Venom, the symbiote, and then there was the Venom War, and there was a lot of symbiote stuff going on there, which brings another good point. Is while all this is going on, while all this Paul, Mary Jane shit was going on, Venom War is happening, and they bring the Venom suit to try to starve itself. It was going to starve himself to death in Peter's closet. And just kind of waste away. And then Peter finds Venom and talks it out. And it is a breath of fresh air. It is only correctly written Spider-Man, because I think you gotta remember, I'm pretty sure the Venom writers love Spider-Man more than the Spider-Man editorial does. The the writers for Venom and for Guardian of the Galaxy, apparently, and I guess also X-Men, understand and like Spider-Man more more than Spider-Man's editorial does. Um
On purpose.
Yeah.
Okay, shit, I see what you're doing here. If only I'd seen this sooner. When all the reveals then fell flat for me, when Paul kept sticking around and MJ kept being weird, I still clung to this hope. I thought next time they're gonna resolve this. This is all part of the plan. And in the end, when instead of disappearing, Paul became a permanent member of the supporting cast, and instead of MJ returning to her usual self, she actually doubled down and became something which went against what made her character so special to me in the first place, I was like, oh, I guess I was just looking way too much into this. Yes, the purpose of MJ's mischaracterization was to alienate Peter, to make us feel the same way he did. But after that purpose was served into this. Yes, the purpose of
Peter's
MJ's mischaracterization
pain
was
is
to
my
alienate Peter, to make us feel
gain.
the same
Oh
way
my
he did. But after
god.
that purpose was served, Marvel didn't need to change things back. In fact, it was in their best interest to stay where they were. They had MJ right where they wanted her, away from Peter. Spider-Man was once again lonely and miserable, or as they like to call it, relatable. Why would they want to change that? Sure, people were pissed, but it wasn't hurting their sales. People were talking about it. This was great. And yeah, I know we should have got over it by now. MJ isn't the only aspect of Spider-Man. But as I said before, this wasn't just to do with the relationship itself. For Peter and MJ fans, them being together represented a return to the good old days. It was a victory over this interference which took away the Spider-Man we once had. And I think this whole arc reminded them that the good old days aren't coming back. That you can't really win against this unstoppable interference, this hand of God that makes the thing in the first place. This is just it now, going forward. Paul and MJ. Peter and himself. Man, this kinda sucks. Now, the reason we're in this mess in the first place is because of relatability. Apparently, being married wasn't relatable enough. Peter's at his most relatable when he's depressed, when he's dating other people, when he has money problems, and blah, 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 blah. Now,
Yeah,
I
for
used to
some
think that
reason
modern
it
teens are
was
being
not
miserable all the
hurting
time
their
and never having a
sales.
life together. That's not relatable. That being stuck in an endless loop of progress and regression, barely maturing, getting older but not wiser, it just doesn't appeal to anyone. No one's seeing themselves in that. This is a critique you see all the time in videos complaining about modern Spider-Man. In fact, I'm sure I've said something along these lines before. But now that I think about it, having read this recent volume, I don't think I'd agree anymore. In fact, I think it's the complete opposite. I think the shit is deeply relatable. See, if Spider-Man is like a dream, a fantasy of a boy receiving powers and learning to be better, then volume 6 feels like the dream has gone on for too long. It's closer to being a nightmare. The comic wants you to live in this cold world where the love between Peter and MJ is nowhere to be found. Yes, there's comedy and there's all the quirky Spider-Man superhero stuff, but at its core, the story is rather lonely and bleak. The reader is taunted with the possibility of Peter and MJ getting back together. But after we're let down again and again, we begin to realize that, oh, this isn't just a dark spot in Peter's life that he'll eventually crawl out of. We're stuck here. It's an uncomfortable realization and one that evokes a feeling I'm sure a lot of people can relate to. You have nostalgia for the past, right? The good old days where life could be great and you felt like you had purpose and you were optimistic for the future.
Okay,
And then you look
keep
at where you're
going.
at now, and things are kind of the same, but not really. The people who you once saw every day are now faces you see every couple months, and they've got their own new lives with new people who you don't know and probably won't get to know. You can do your best to put things back to the way they were, but it's not really going to happen. You've grown apart. It's outside of your control. Of course, you have new people in your life, new faces, but they're not like the old ones. The connection isn't as deep there. You can't see yourself creating fond memories with them. And there are moments you think of where you had everything you wanted. You had the people that really mattered to you, and you just wish that time could have stood still. That if things could have just stayed like that, then it would have been perfect. But no, these moments passed you by. Eventually, you'll forget what those old times were like, and you'll just keep going, heading towards a future you have no real passion for. To be clear, I'm not saying that you have to have experienced this in your own life. Not to this degree, at least. I'm just being dramatic as fuck. But it's like how you don't need to have been chased by a serial killer to empathize with people in a horror movie. You can still relate to those feelings of directionlessness and just like bleakness, despite not being in that position yourself. If you're a long-time reader and you've seen Peter buckling under the status quo for the past decade, it's hard not to empathize with him. You can really feel that frustration and loneliness. It gets under your skin. It's vexing. One thing I really enjoyed about the marriage was the shifts in perspective between Peter and MJ. Peter would be out fighting a bad guy, and then we'd shift to whatever MJ was doing, dealing with her problems and hearing her side of things. But now with MJ being so distant, we're stuck with Peter, stuck in his shitty life along with him. And it's not just that Peter's suffering
Constantly
nonstop, because if you go back to
stuck.
the older comics, he was suffering pretty much every second. Spider-Man should
Which means it means that the demographic for this comic is actually halved, because you don't really get both sides of what this relationship would be like. It's very one-sided, and you don't need to have someone for Peter to bounce off of at all times. But it helps. It really helps. It keeps things refreshing, and it also helps to make it so, like the point of Spider-Man is that anyone, any man, woman, child, adult, anyone could be like alien. We have Nightcrawler as a Spider-Man at this point. Anyone can be Spider-Man. But when that's the whole point. That's why we love Miles. That's why we love Miles. That's why we love, honestly, superior Spider-Man. So we loved Otto as even superior Octopus. It's why we love Mayday. It's why we love Ben when he's not running like shit. It's why we love Kane. It's why we love Silk. She can start calling him Spider, so whatever. It's why we love Spider-Man. It's why we love the character. Anyone could be that in the mask, but when you focus on this like misery, when you hard focus on these things to nth degree and cut off any real relationship this person can have, there's no way. There's no way. It's not relatable anymore. and then you cut off the grounding thing. Like, a woman could be Spider-Man, and that could be her partner doing things, or a man Spider-Man, that's his partner doing things, or you exist as the partner and you have to think about what's it like to have Spider-Man as your partner. Everyone wants to be Spider-Man but not Peter Parker. Sure, but the thing is we know you don't really want to be Spider-Man. We know you don't actually want to be Spider-Man. Miles is going through it. Silk went through it. Pete's going through it. Ben went through it. Kane went through it. Otto went through it. Now even Norman's going through it. Eddie went through it as Lethal Protector. He went through it. Venom went through it. Venom was Spider-Man. You know? It's... This is something I could honestly talk about for hours, but it is so late. So let's go ahead and finish it. But my point here is that removing this aspect not only kills relatability, but it removes a character that we can be grounded by. It removes a perspective that we can look through. It removes depth. It makes things less... It removes depth. You know, I yap about phrasing all the time. Not phrasing, framing all the time. It removes framing. It removes narrative framing. And it just doesn't feel good. You know? Like,
have this
am I
terrible luck at all
crazy?
times, I think, no matter what stage in his life he's at. But there was
Am
the
I
assurance that
crazy?
despite the suffering, we were still going somewhere. Peter would reach new stages in his life that he could get excited for. What he lacked in the luck department was compensated by the joy of just being alive, being a human person who could grow and achieve things and fuck up things entirely, but be able to learn from it. He could become older and also wiser. Peter's life was tragic, but in a way that kind of gave you hope for your own future. Modern Spider-Man, on the other hand, is still tragic, it's still relatable, absolutely, but more in a way that makes you think, fuck, what's the point? I praised Peter's arc in part 2, him pulling himself out of that mess in the beginning, and that works in isolation. That might be satisfying for new readers, but for those of us who know about the past enough to predict the future, it's like, well, you're just gonna take all of that away from him later. None of this is gonna matter in the end, so what's the point? The only thing Peter has for certain is time. Unlike his movie or TV show or video game counterparts, he does not get an ending. He can't. He is trapped inside a medium that is designed to go on forever. And to see a character who once brought you comfort, who you once saw yourself in, now in that state, being killed by time just slow enough that he doesn't seem to notice, I don't know. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think people pick up this series to get that feeling. Now, I'm sure to a lot of you this is sounding pretty familiar. If you watch a lot of Spider-Man videos, I'm sure you've already seen another video complaining about the same sort of thing, and its whole conclusion is that Spider-Man sucks now and it'll never be the same. I'm guilty of this myself, and it's not helpful. I've also tried to provide a solution to this, saying that yes, the current stuff may not be enjoyable for a lot of people, but we still have this older stuff. We can always pretend that one more day never happened and that Peter and MJ stayed married and just don't think about the recent stuff. And well, yeah, that kind of works. Delusion is a powerful thing. It's still not a good solution if you want to be active in the Spider-Man communities and get excited for new comics coming out. So instead, I've come up with a different solution, a different way of looking at things that I think is a lot more effective than just complaining all the time. This solution was inspired by a certain comic that came out recently, one that received a lot of praise and has given Spider-Man fans some much needed hope in these trying times. This comic is, of course,
Oh
Ultimate
no
Spider-Man
way, it's Ultimate Spider-Man! Oh my god. He's about to make my exact point. It's him. He's him. Oh, they're about to make my exact point. Oh, let's see it.
24.
Acceptance.
In February 2023, in the midst of the Paul-ocalypse, Marvel Comics announced Ultimate
The
Invasion, a 4-issue
Paul-ocalypse?
miniseries with the word Ultimate in the title, leading people to believe that the Ultimate Universe, the reality destroyed during Secret Wars many years ago, was coming back. And that wasn't the only evidence guiding this theory. The Maker, featured on the front cover, had been working to restore the Ultimate Universe for years now,
Thank you,
suggesting that
Maker.
this new series would expand on this plan. He was going
Thank
to
you.
travel to this universe, and
We
we'd get to
like
see
the
alternate
Maker
versions of these characters again. Fast
for
forward to
this
June,
reason.
Ultimate Invasion comes out, and it says, got ya, we've baited you, and they instead have Maker travel to a different universe, one we've never seen before. Maker then begins to reshape this fresh new world in his image, creating his own new Ultimate Universe. Using time travel, he systematically prevents most superheroes from receiving their powers, or manipulates them into joining his side so he can be the supreme ruler of this earth with no one to challenge him. Spider-Man never gets bitten, Daredevil never becomes Daredevil but is still like blind, so that still fucking sucks for him. Hulk is bald and is also like the leader of China. Honestly, this is the best thing I've ever read. This miniseries was also a jumping off point for Marvel to create a whole new lineup of comic books. It spawned a number of new titles set in this fucked up universe where Maker rules supreme. And so, just like the original Ultimate Spider-Man came at a time when the main series was less than amazing, this new Ultimate Spider-Man does the same, providing a positive alternative for those sick of the current stuff. This new series follows an adult Peter Parker who is living his
Yeah,
life
wow,
powerless,
and
unaware of
it's
the great things
good.
he was supposed to
Who would have
achieve. He has a
thought?
wife, Mary Jane, and 2 kids.
You have no idea how many times I smug smiled when he talked about something the video was about to talk about. Wow. That's pretty crazy. That's pretty crazy. Is there anything you were hoping that I would have discussed? Because we're getting till the tail end here. We're getting quite close to the tail end.
He's got a decent job, a decent life, all things considered, but there's something missing. He can't shake the feeling that he was meant to be different, and as he soon discovers in the first issue, his suspicions are absolutely true. This comic gives people what they've been asking for, but in a way that feels both familiar and completely brand new at the same time. Combine that with the competence of a creative team who are all bringing their A game, and it's good. It's really good. It is insanely...
Oh, so good. And the art is fantastic. The art is really good too. Even the weakest issue of this Ultimate Spider-Man run has been amazing. You know I like Mysterio. Everyone here knows I like Mysterio. And oh my lord, do I love Ultimate Mysterio. It's so cool. I mainly want a Spider-Man friend that's read and follows stories. Insight on the video, see if it's true. Oh.
gratifying to experience this world. A world without Paul, without this interference. A timeline where Peter was allowed to grow up and keep maturing. It's just nice to see this family together, instead of having this third party come between them for no reason. For this version of Peter and MJ, communication comes first. Unlike their mainstream counterparts, they talk about their problems, they understand each other, and if there is some information that one of them's withholding, it won't be a secret for much longer. They trust each other. And while the main universe may be depressing, and its sense of directionlessness can rub off on the reader, Ultimate is like the antidote for that. The ending of issue 1 says that it doesn't matter if you've lost your passion, or you feel like you have no purpose, or you're just letting life pass you by. It doesn't matter if you felt like that for 20 years. At any time you can make the change. You don't have to accept things for the way they are. You can always strive for more. It might take a lot of courage. You might have to let some things go and accept that the future will be uncertain from now on, but it's all up to you. It's never too late. And that moment when Tony Stark appears with the spider and lets Peter know of what he's been missing, when he tells him what he was meant to accomplish and then says that all of that was taken from you. These people stole your future, robbed you of your destiny. Do you want it back? Chills! Fuck! If that doesn't make you want to go out and improve your own life, then I don't know what will. It was hard to imagine something like this a decade ago, because back then, a reliable alternative to the main series didn't really exist. Sure, you had Spider-Girl, an alternate reality in which Peter
Oh
and MJ's
my
daughter from
god, there he's talking. Oh my god. Okay. Holy shit. Here we go.
a reliable alternative to the main series
He's
didn't
talking
really
about the
exist.
thing I was
Sure, you
talking
had
about. I'm such a dork. Oh my god. Oh.
Spider-Girl, an alternate reality in which Peter and MJ's daughter from the 90s grew up and got powers of her own, but that was soon cancelled after One More Day. Then of course you had Renew Your Vows.
Bro, I forgot that was cancelled after One More Day. Dude. Also I love that her costume is inspired by Ben. I love that her costume is inspired by Ben Riley. It's really cool.
Which I do really appreciate, but it was a tie-in to the Secret Wars event, and so it wasn't clear that it would continue outside of those 5 limited issues. If you were the type of reader who wanted to see the continuation of Peter's journey from before One More Day, there were no consistent stories for you. You had to hope that maybe another limited series would come along in a few years, and that was it. Over the past decade, though, Marvel has gotten better at listening, and the gap between these types of stories has gotten shorter. We got the sequel to Renew Your Vows at the end of 2016, which was a whole 23 issues this time. We got Life Story in 2019, exploring what would have happened if Peter...
Oh my god! There we go! All the stuff I've been bringing up!
Grew up in real time and had children and actually got an ending to his story. Then there was Spider-Man The Lost Hunt in 2022, which took place before One More Day. And now, with the success of Ultimate Spider-Man...
Oh, hey, there's one I missed. There is one I missed.
And Peter B. Parker in Spider-Verse, I think it's safe to say that there will always be a place for these kinds of stories in Marvel's lineup. If Ultimate Spider-Man had come out 10 years ago, you would have thought, oh, this is nice, but once it's done, that'll be it, and we'll be stuck with the main series again. But now, there's a certain confidence that even if Ultimate does end, you probably won't have to wait long until another series comes out. Another universe where Peter and MJ are together, another story set before One More Day. This desire for a world without Paul will almost certainly be satisfied. Now that Ultimate's been out for a while, there's an acceptance, I think, in the Spider-Man community. One More Day will never be undone. The main universe will continue to be erratic and miserable and so on, but we'll always have this other stuff. Marvel is compromising here and saying, okay, we're gonna keep doing what we want over here, but we've heard your complaints, so here you go. Are you happy now? And yeah, I'm pretty happy. I'm no longer wasting my frustration on the main series. I can look in every so often and see that, oh, they're giving Paul more backstory, or they're having Peter try some of Paul's iconic chicken korma, and while once upon a time I would have treated this like a knife in my back, or spent ages theorizing about how Paul is secretly Mephisto, I'm now like, it's not that deep. It's actually kind of funny watching it all unfold, wondering what crazy idea they're gonna think of next. Us Spider-Man fans, we don't really need to see Paul suffer anymore. This collective rage towards his character and what he represents, it's gotten kind of old. It no longer controls us. Well, I'll speak for myself, but I do think that it's a really time to be a Spider-Man fan, and for the first time since the start of Spencer's run,
This video is old, isn't it?
Wait, I'm not done. Okay, I was reading The Ultimates, right? The Ultimate Universe's version of The Avengers by Dennis Camp and Juan Frigeri. It's really good so far, I'd really recommend it, but it establishes something that I just can't stop thinking about. Tony Stark, right? The Tony of this universe, has learned what the Maker did and is on a mission to put things right, to make it so that the Earth regains its heroes. His plan involves acquiring the thing that gave someone their superpowers and sending it to them along with a great big speech about how being a superhero is awesome and you should totally do it. And that's all I thought it was originally. He gives them a package with powers and a speech and that's it. He just hopes for the best. But then Ultimate shows us that in the case of Hank Pym, Tony actually sent him the Maker's files as well, showing him what would have happened had the Maker not stepped in and changed everything. We also see at another point in the story that that these files contain the history of Earth 616. Hank gets to see who he is in the main comics universe and all the things that were supposed to happen to him. Now, we only know for sure that Tony did this with Hank, but he could easily have done this with other heroes. I mean, why would he just do it with one of them, right? It's likely that he sent these files out to the rest of them, too. Does this then mean that immediately after Tony gave that inspiring speech to Peter about his destiny, you know, that really hype monologue about taking back your future and doing the right thing, did he then immediately follow it up with this image? Like, there is a non-zero chance that Ultimate Peter knows about Paul and knows about all the things that led to that. And still, he chose to be Spider-Man, despite knowing all of the horrors it could bring him. I know Spider-Man's meant to be a selfless guy, but fucking hell, that's a true sacrifice right there. Alright, I'll see you next time in like 2 weeks, because I'm actually gonna start posting videos regularly now. What, you thought I was gone for 6 months just working on this one video? You thought I spent all this time on this shit? I've got more videos in the bank now than Paul has appearances in Marvel Comics. 2024 is gonna be my year. I'll see you soon.
God, he has as many appearances. Oh my god, he's got that many appearances. Okay, I'm going to check something. Made earlier this year. Let's check. Let's check the time frame this was made. No, I'm gonna check the. There we go. There's our old screen change back. All right, this was made 1 year ago, October of 2024. So this is 1 year old. This is actually 1 year old. Do we have any more? We're just doing a check. We're done for the night. We're just doing a check real quick. Paul is gone. All right, I just want to show you guys. I just want to show you guys this. You guys have to see this.
Hey, bro, they did it. The Mad Lads actually did it. They didn't kick this ninja to the curb, fam. They didn't kick them to the curb, fam. They said she broke up with Paul, fam. Good.
Oh yeah, yeah. See, let's.
It'll ever bring him back in a Spider-Man storyline ever again. She said. But sometimes you got to have that conversation, Paul. You got to rip off the Band-Aid. I know you went and said all that. Think about it. It's about us. Open my eyes. Wish I could run. I'm breaking up with you.
There we go. Let's go. Let's show you guys the 2-page breakup spread. There's God rays. There's God rays. I had to show you guys this. I had to show you guys this. Out of everything that the Venom run has done to us, that the Venom run where Venom looks like a Ninja Turtle has done to us, we got this. We got this. We got Dylan. We got Dylan Brock talking the maddest shit about Paul. It's super funny. Then we got Paul's weird actions finally acknowledged. Oh. Everyone say it together. If no one got me, I know the Venom writers got me. I know the Venom writers got me. We love them. We love the Venom writers. Anyway. Next time you guys should probably ask me about what I think about Eddie Brock's Carnage. No one got me. I know the Venom writers got me. You did actually mean you guys do it. Thank you. Oh. Because we got a new issue of Eddie Brock Carnage coming out quite soon. I know Eternal's been looking at that very depressingly. Oh, another thing. Hold on. I do have one more thing.
Oh my gosh. Yo, guys, it's me, Charlie. Hey, did that guy just turn into sand?
Yeah, what was that?
Peter reject Mary Jane. Hold on. So we actually now know that this was We actually know that this is not Peter. This is Ben Riley. And everything is breaking right now. Because I'm tired and I'm kind of having a hard time piloting this ship. Let's see, where is your perfect word trailer? Where is it? Alright, here we go. So here we have Mary Jane trying to get back with whoever she thinks is Peter. After Peter basically the actual Peter almost got murdered by this like Hellgate guy. And so here we go. We literally have MJ and whatever she's done to Venom, both trying to get back together with Peter. But that's not Peter. That's Ben. And honestly, this is something that Venom should know, is that Venom should immediately know whether or not it is Ben or Peter, but we're not going to talk about that. Now there's MJ and Venom. And just watch the absolute movement that Ben does. Amazing. Amazing. We gotta love him. We gotta love him. But now he's kind of like working and doing like weird stuff, and this is the Norman suit. This is Norman Osborn's suit. This is what we were talking about before. Everybody thought he was Kane for like a month. Didn't turn out to be the case because he's like using more brutal methods and shit. And like Ben's just trying to progress Peter's life, trying to progress his career. He's filling in. So yeah. You are now caught up. You are now caught up to the Spider-Man experience. As I said, real Peter's in space right now. He's on his Namek arc. He's training with King Kai to get stronger to come fight Hellgate. So yeah. Thank you all for joining tonight. And give your local Spider-Man friend a hug. They've been going through it. Yeah. Next time, ask me about what I feel about Carnage and One World Under Doom. This video is great. I don't remember who recommended this one, but this was fantastic to talk through. This was amazing to talk through. I had so much to say. But for now, I'm gonna get a snooze. Good night, everybody.
Oh my gosh. Yo, guys, it's me, Charlie.